Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome to Technical Difficulties, the goddamn video game. Fantasy Ground is jerking us around again today, where nobody could find their character sheet, and they finally loaded in. I'm not entirely sure what's up with their network. I guess it's just unbelievably slow for some reason. I don't know what to be done either, because it's just gotten slower and slower, and I'm presuming that what it's doing is it takes the various things on that's supposed to be on the server, like the images and the assets, and it's re-uploading them every time to everyone individually, instead of storing anything on the cloud. I don't understand why that would be happening, but it's the only explanation I can come up with since it just keeps getting slower.
You'd think that it would, like, store this locally, so it's like, okay, if I'm in a game with Arch, like, it would store Karsnicket's PNG, it would store the background PNG on local. That way it wouldn't have to draw that information every single time.
No, that would make sense.
I mean, it would take up more storage space, but honestly, that's like, what, maybe 100 megabytes at most? That's not a lot.
Fantasy Ground is just very, very, very bad. Which makes me once again consider that we might have to move over to Foundry, which is going to be an absolute pain in the ass, to put it mildly. And we're also going to have to move over to a completely different system, if we are to do that too, since Foundry only supports the 4th edition of Warhammer Fantasy, the new one. That's the only one they support, because they have a partnership with the developers.
Oh, I just learned this one.
I hear 4th edition's really bad from everybody I've talked to. I don't mind this
possible.
One. This one's actually pretty chill, pretty neato cheeto, as you would say.
The question is if that product will even be functional. That's the big if. Like, even if we did move them all over, would it be better or would it be just as bad?
I'd almost prefer Roll20 over Fantasy Grounds if we'd have to revert to 4th edition.
Just put it completely in Tabletop Simulator.
I'll take that leg over.
I mean, at least that's only lag. It's functional, it just lags.
Sometimes the dices roll, sometimes the dices don't.
Sometimes the models float.
Most of the time, they don't roll.
They do bundle up into a ball sometimes, but...
Well, I think that was us. We pressed a button that made them bundle into a ball.
Oh, Jesus. Well, on the bright side, I have found a program that would allow me to make maps in Foundry. It's a separate paid module for another separate paid module, which will require a third paid module, and I'm seeing where this is going, but...
Paradox, is that you?
Pretty fucking much.
Good God.
I'm not particularly happy with their model there, but it might be the only option. It might also, like, it could theoretically be my internet right now, since I think they increased the price of the internet in my area, whilst also guaranteeing that it would totally work this time, which means they're probably fucking with it as we speak.
Yes.
I mean, you are a little bit robot-y for at least me right now.
He's not just you. He's jittering.
A little bit.
I mean, if anybody saw Saga yesterday, remember when we did Saga last week on our channel? It was actually relatively fine. We played Saga this week, yesterday, and we had, like, there was, like, a lot of just slowness to it, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing that happen here, so it could be a correlation.
Now, the other flip side is that this isn't supposed to be going off my internet at all, as we are using a cloud server. We are supposed to be doing this off Fantasy Ground, but evidence points towards the contrary. Right, what I think we'll do is we'll call off next week's RP. I'm announcing that now. I am going to try to set it up on the Foundry, and we'll try one session on Foundry and see how awful it is, and then we'll just see from there.
Well, let us know if you need a hand migrating things.
It's mostly just figuring out how the fuck Foundry works compared to everything else, because I finally learned this program and its quirks.
Well, if we're
And
not,
I'm sure Foundry will have its own a quantity of quirks.
if we're not streaming it Sunday, that's fine. But regardless, I think we should all show up anyways, and we should all participate in Foundry and learn it together at the same time. That's
Are
my
you
opinion.
listening, Dev?
Dev just
There's
waddled
like
away.
what, lunchtime. That's like fourth lunchtime.
So yeah, we're not gonna stream it, but we're still gonna show up. We're all gonna learn it, so we don't. That way, when we do play it, if we do, there won't be us just monkeying around trying to figure
There
out.
won't be like the
Yeah.
hour or so of us just figuring out the program.
Yes. Let's all learn it at the same time and fast.
I think that is the generalized idea. Right, so, getting to it, last session you fought a battle against a small greenskin warband who'd gotten themselves entrenched in a little wooden fortress. You have since scattered the orc warband, and you're standing with your victorious army outside of the dinky wooden fort. Would you like to not loot the fort and go home without any thing?
Gnarl's not going home without his storm vermin halberd.
It's
Yep,
calm.
Scrazzle's not going home without his pistol.
calm,
I'm
rats.
in.
Now, before we go in, let us, not let the other rats in.
Let us hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, have we started?
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn it! I said I was gonna be back, and I'll be gone when I load back. God damn it!
What
Okay,
time does this stream start?
Yeah,
Dev?
Hold on. Wait a second. First
What
of all, I had
time
to
do
get
I
we
don't
hot
want
dogs.
play
excuses,
the
Deb. I
RP,
want
Dev?
results, Deb.
I got my
Dogs.
hot dogs.
I
and
don't
I have
care
my
if
hot
you're
dogs.
eating. You're always eating.
Plural.
Fuck.
Just wait. Just
sake.
wait. Just wait. Hold
Fuck's
on. Hold
sake,
on a
Dev.
second. You guys were all saying, listen, we're not gonna start the stream yet until we get the server up.
Yeah, we got it
I
up.
thought we were
Who was
waiting a bit.
saying? I know.
Dev was like, opportunity for fourth lunch.
God damn
Okay,
it.
so we're putting in 250 experience from last week.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That he's interested
250,
in.
yes. It was
I mean,
250.
I'm interested in that too, mind you.
I mean, I did just
'Cause
type that.
right now
My
I'm
buddy's
sitting
attention. Is
at-
that why you came back, Dev? Because I typed
Gibbs' brain
XP.
not good at math, shit.
Yes.
Is yeah, right now I'm sitting at 415 unused
Kyle,
XP, which
you
feels
should be
feels filthy.
at 3735 now. I wrote it down last week.
What? I should be at 3845, right? 3595 plus 250.
No, 3785.
3785? What? I've done the math
Hmm.
wrong at some point? 3785. There, better.
You see, I can't do the math
that's what I
for
have.
you because I'm only tracking Gnarl's XP.
I should have used the calculator
'cause-
sooner.
And hold on, unless you lost experience for a punishment or something, Kibbs, or did I get extra
The
experience
only
because
the only
I did a
loss
fight on my own?
the only loss of experience should have happened to me because I just decided to roll into Gnarl instead of try to save Mango's life.
Okay. Wait, didn't I get a few experience for killing people when you
No.
guys weren't around?
No.
We weren't doing that.
We've
Okay,
established.
all right.
Why-
Never mind.
We quite clearly
was
said we were
very
never
sorry.
doing that.
I was very adamant
Sorry.
about the beginning so we don't have XP gaps. Because the problem with XP gaps is then you'll have to craft encounters for everyone, so the guy in the lead will be just snowballing over.
Also, if you're going to be looking at it as a proper encounter, why would the guy intended for the high level character? It's you're kind of harder to hit. I'm going to beat up the weaker guy over here.
It also punishes any class that doesn't get kills. Because then instead of oh, I'm playing support, and it's what did you get for support? Nothing.
Oh yeah, no, it's basically the Fire Emblem dilemma. Your healers take so long to level up because they don't get kills.
Punish the support class. Why don't you?
Not everybody just plays a murder hobo.
Dev's what?
I guess just to make sure that
XP!
that I'm doing this correctly. Did the battle count for me to transition into Claw Leader?
Probably.
Probably. Okay.
There's a little paper bag on the floor by my feet. It crinkles every time
My.
I step on it. I thought you should know, because you can't hear the crinkling. But now you know. It's crinkling.
That's good.
Welcome.
But yeah, I agree. I have too much XP left to spend. I would like to do my career thing.
Okay, now the
but
fun
I
part is
need-
taking a screen cap so I don't
I
forget
need
these
to do a
numbers.
quest.
What's the item you need? This is all out of character, by the way.
Oh, I don't remember. I did put screenshots in a little while ago, but we've kind of yapped since then.
Unfortunate, I know. Let's scroll back.
Scroll in.
I think I found it.
That's Hanses.
And
To become Warlock Engineers, I need trappings, light armor, that's fine. Engineer's kit, I should get easily enough. Jezza with ammunition, warp blade, and supercharged warp power accumulator.
that does
and then
not
some warp
sound
stuff.
cheap.
It doesn't.
Now, Art said I needed to do some kind of quest to get it,
Okie doke. Well, as soon as Arch gives us
which
a
means we just kind of need
hook for
to,
that.
like, shake the GM and see if any quest hooks fall out.
just be very attentive to any sort of hooks Arch makes for a plot quest that might coincidentally appear.
I mean, there's a couple things I can buy in the meantime, like skill points and stuff. Just leveling up certain stats, but I do kind of want to go into that last career soon.
Lurker says server is hosted by GM Fantasy Grounds. I think this explains it a bit. Fantasy Grounds server only handles communication and file propagation. If host internet sucks, whole game lags because it's all dependent on the host's upload speed.
Bargeman!
So
He
if
initially uploads to the server and then propagates from the server.
Nice.
yeah, but
Really dumb.
the server still is dependent on getting data from Barch, squeezing Barch for data.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Do you guys want me to get a third attack?
I mean, it's your character.
Entirely up to you. If
I'm
you
not
want
picking
that
your
third attack or not.
skills, you little slut.
Well, no, because
Oh,
one of the
goddamn
ones.
skills.
Well, no, because one of the ones I actually can get now was a language.
You don't need that. Squint sizes
You don't need
hands.
to talk to people.
you don't need to speak a language that I can't.
We don't need to talk to people. We just take their stuff.
Why is Karsnicket squinting at Gnarl? It's because Karsnicket has gained out of
Because
character.
if I wanted to, I
Nora's
could.
like, I was thinking of learning another language. Squeak.
I
And
could-
Karsnicket's like, what?
I could, in theory, learn Rikaboo.
I don't think that helps us right now.
No.
I think being more effective at murdering things helps us.
Yes. Heinz. I hit my table out of anger. But I made sure not to hurt my hand.
Good.
Good.
This time.
This.
Very well. +1 attack.
So, Bart, if we waffle into this camp, what do we be seeing?
Gendered career names.
Squeeze Arch. Makes little squeaks.
Gender.
That's what you're going to be seeing. I had to look at the 4th edition rulebook, and it's just as cringe as I would expect. It makes
Yeah. You
my
So-
soul hurt.
We looked
So
at it
the
before.
orcs have got gendered career names. Are they valuable looking?
No, honestly, they all look pretty shit, frankly.
It's like,
What about my gun? Is that in there?
No, they ain't that.
I don't believe you.
I think a
Start
perception.
cutting orcs open. See if there's any guns in there.
Yeah, because like I said, Gnarl's looking for his stolen Storm Vermin Halberd.
They ate that too.
All right, Gnarl, Squeak, let's cut them open.
See, I haven't even read the rules to the point where I can comment. I'm just seeing the painfully diverse art, and I'm already opposed to playing 4th edition.
It's like, here you can see the Slayer, who's also, you know...
Can we not homebrew some of it?
Just I don't even know again if the rules are bad. The art just pisses me off.
I've heard
We
nothing
have
but
our
bad
own
from
art.
the rules. See, honestly, just stick with the rules from second. Like, well, I know how these work. It makes sense.
We can't some of the names might be gendered, but that's not serious. Okay, you can play anything as a woman, and then there's River Woman career. Like, you seem to be creating a problem here, video game, that didn't need to exist.
Okay, so
Mm.
back to the RP. So this
is the RP. It's 4th edition. This is what we're gonna suffer through, Kyle.
Quiet Woman. Now, more importantly,
As for what's inside of the camp,
hold on.
is there anything inside of the
I
camp?
want to.
Nobody's rolled any perception yet. It's
No.
empty.
Eyeballs
Quiet.
are looking.
Stop.
I have roll perception. Give me loot.
There's a reason why I'm trying to interject here. So, we are going to enter the camp orderly. Little sneaky
Why would you
squeak.
do that?
Other rats will steal stuff and break things. We can't trust our own army. If we just walk in there and we don't, like, control our Skaven, like, it's gonna be a disaster.
Hold on just a second. One is that I can't open my character sheet.
What?
No, did you select the your other? Yeah, now I see you're selecting.
Yeah.
The right tab.
2, Arch, can you delete my random added character? When I was
There you
looking
go.
around? Thank you. Let's roll perception. Where is it?
I already rolled perception.
I'll join in.
So Arch is just gonna ignore the thing I said then. Got it. I assume it's
Oof.
not a problem.
I didn't see anything.
Dev has superimposed his perception upon your ideas of planning.
Well, it doesn't matter anyways, brother. Sorry, Hans. Looks like that halberd ain't coming back. He's like,
I mean, are we just ignoring my perception roll?
Yes.
Clearly.
Because I passed.
Yeah, but how good did you pass?
2 degrees of success.
And what's the
But
degrees
does that
needed?
make up for Gnarl's 3 degrees? Or Dev's 4 degrees?
He's just playing with you, Disco.
If anything, we should be adding these on top of each other and then come up with a party-wide average.
See, he says that now, and then we succeed at them, and he's like, actually, that's stupid.
Probably is stupid. Alright, so you enter the ramshackable camp in an ordered fashion. Your Skaven slaves are, of course, just placed back where they can be little Skaven slaves and happy with themselves. The
Listen,
clan rats, however, are making a ruckus in the rear lines. They demand to see the store manager.
Gnarl? Just gonna look at Gnarl.
If you find my halberd, I will keep them in line 9. Yes, yes. Where is the skill? There you are. Strength. Come here. You required.
Ooh, tummy.
I think that gets them back in line.
Okay, and Gnarl begins randomly shouting at the clan rats.
Yeah. There's 10 less of them. I went back and watched.
This does quiet up some of the more boisterous elements amongst the clan rats, though they also look particularly peeved and annoyed at this. The storm vermin have a little bit of a snicker at this, and then form up directly behind Cosnicket and the group, waiting to enter the settlement.
I mean, it's fair. You have to follow orders of operations.
Listen.
It goes.
We want the loyalty of the storm vermin, if nothing else.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, order of operations. It goes us, then storm vermin, then them.
Yeah, pretty much. They can have the sloppy thirds. Sloppy thirds.
You can have what left.
Obviously, we will show our storm vermin kindness not given. But do specify, yes, about gun, and halberd. Pointy stick.
You
Yes,
have
yes.
informed the Stormvermin that there are particularly valuable things inside of the settlement and what they look like.
And they will be rewarded if they find them and return them.
They know how little money you have.
They don't know. They don't know that.
They haven't counted how few shinies we have. They haven't paid attention. He cries to himself.
Well, you enter into the dilapidated little warband camp. The smell hits you first. Some 60, 70 greenskins all pissing and shitting in the exact same area. You also see strings of small mutilated animals hung up on twines and ropes and leather cords all over the place. The goblins that made up the majority of this little warband have clearly been quite bored, and it has impacted the local animal population quite heavily. You also find a couple of humans strung up there as well. They have clearly been given particular love and attention by the goblins, having finally gotten something that squeals properly when poked with hot burning sticks. There are a handful of tents, and the largest structure, quote-unquote, is a rough shambles of wooden logs piled haphazardly upon one another in the rough shape of a hut, one would call it, if one was exceptionally kind and generous. This is what greets you. It's empty. It's quiet. You don't see anything particularly dangerous. You haven't stepped in any traps yet. And the Stormvermin, having made decent little formations entering into the village, are now starting to get jittery to disperse and look for things.
Gotcha.
Don't forget, we also need to find the thingy that the scout had on him.
Yep, I remember. I mean, that's what the perception is. I'm just waiting for Arch to fill us in with all the details.
Well, it is my great pleasure to inform you that Warhammer 4th Edition does introduce the wide and varied quantity of currency, so we shall return to that system.
That's fine. I'll just put hands in charge of it. That's not my problem.
It's
You
like, why do
find
you guys
3
only have
Chilean
gold?
gold coins and 4 dwarf silver and a little bit of Cathayan silver for some reason.
We were doing
Weird.
that anyway. We've got dwarf silver.
Yes, sure. Still haven't spent it.
It's true.
10 gay dwarf coins.
Exactly.
As long as
Gay
hands is,
banking.
suffer through keeping track of
It's
it,
true.
it's
I mean,
not
it says
my
on the banking
problem.
thing, dwarf silver 10, gay banking brackets still gay.
Hold on, I need to add something to that.
The search efforts of Gnarl and Carsonicet and Ratata are not particularly expert. Let's see. Oh,
To be
that's
fair,
better.
Gnarl's only looking for one thing in particular.
But Scrazzle's eagle eye.
The Stormvermin are far more skilled in their intrigues, however, and swiftly vanish off amongst the tents. You hear great deals of rummaging. Scrazzle also goes off to join the Stormvermin, whilst Nal, Karsnick, and Dev all gather around the log hut and just stare at it in wide-eyed amusement and bafflement.
Like, wow, it's a building. Some sort
Better
of,
have my stick. Better have my
Like,
pointy
when we
stick
take
in it.
building.
might be some sort of what we call infrastructure or logistical structure as we contemplate the building's purpose in horticulture.
Well,
It's a
on
building.
the bright side, Gnarl does find his halberd.
Good start.
The haft of his halberd.
The what? The
Haft.
haft? Oh no.
If I remember it, that's the actual stick part. That's not the business end.
That's the stick part, yes.
It's not the business.
Oh, that means the blade is probably salvaged onto another weapon.
The haft is currently in the middle of the structure. It's standing upwards with the butt and the ground, and the tip disappearing somewhere up in the ceiling.
Oh, so it's stuck into it.
Nara looks at this. It's just shoved into the ceiling.
It appears to be shoved into the ceiling.
Well then, rubs hands together. Let's see if just raw strength can get it out of the ceiling.
You successfully remove the haft of the halberd, and the only thing keeping the roof up.
I'm not
That's
inside
fine.
the building, I want to specify that.
I don't remember you saying you left the building.
I'm not saying I went into the building either.
That is true. No, I was like, not my roof.
Damn straight, it's not my roof.
Not my roof,
If we're
not
gonna
my
be doing,
problem.
if we're gonna be doing that, then that means anything in this building belongs to Gnarl.
Well, including Gnarl's crushed corpse, yes.
Let's see. There you go. Gnarl, you take 10 points of damage.
We're not doing a combat encounter today, Gnarl.
That was harsher than I'd expected.
Does armor factor into that as well, or no?
No.
Okay, then I only take 5.
Right. So the roof has fell on Gnarl, but he has survived the ordeal.
He has his halberd. The 5 wounds were definitely worth it.
Did you get
Yes.
the whole halberd?
No.
You have half.
Were
a
the
halberd.
5 wounds worth a stick? Gnarl.
I said it was just the haft.
Karsnick, it says, of course, knowing that Hans is the person controlling Gnarl.
How low is that roof? If it's just half of his pointy stick that was
Wasn't
holding
low.
the roof
There's a goblin building, if I had to guess.
up. Gnarl had to crawl in there on his belly to take it out.
Not that short, criminy.
Yeah, like he's tall, but like
Halberd's
goblins
like
are
a
really
spear.
short. But even then, it's like a short spear
With a big
compared
metal-
to like some of the
And
pikes.
it's only half of it.
Well, there's always
Mhm.
No,
possibility we
no.
can find the blade.
haft.
But it's probably broken, so we're still gonna have to. Even if we find the blade, we're gonna have to fix it.
Yeah, Scrazzle.
As for the rest of the group, as Kosnikid stands by, looking at the now collapsed rubble, there are several bands of storm vermin in the background, emerging out from the various other buildings and beneath piles of dirt and refuse. The lucky few clutching valuables in their hands, which swiftly disappear into pockets and in chainmail. Scrazzle hasn't done too poorly either, and has discovered a cache of looted merchants' goods. Inside of it is a handful of boxes.
Okay.
Uh,
kind of boxes.
Small boxes. Small boxes. Small boxes. The boxes are marked with the sigil of Newland on them, and they're in very sturdy, like oak boxes with little latches and hatches on them. And there's a decent number of them, like 5 of these boxes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take them. They look valuable.
They do.
I take it they're small enough for me to just carry.
Yes, they're not very large.
Okay, then I'll take them. I'll evaluate them later.
The rest of the group is eventually allowed in to go over everything else of value in the settlement. There's a bit of dead loss here and there as things disappear, but by and large, you find the remnants of several small looted, what you presume to be merchants' convoys or stuff that has been traveling nearby. The orcs haven't been here for too long, judging both by the ramshackable nature of the camp and that you don't find that much in the way of loot. You also discover a handful of what you presume to be the orc variant of order letters, Basically just curse words scrabbled very, very crudely onto animal hide, or in some cases just actual animals carved into their pelts.
Nice.
Indicating that there's probably a larger warband on the move somewhere, and this was just a
This was
facet, an element of this.
Okay, so like a splinter group from that proper warband.
Probably. The total haul from all of it amounts to a little over 600 gold coins.
Good.
600 gold from loot.
Is that? I take it that's from selling the loot.
Yes, that's the. I am going to assume you're going to turn the various piece of shit and detritus and broken shit and occasional money into actual money.
Does that include the boxes that I've picked up, or are they?
No, the boxes are separate.
Okay. And yeah, I imagine we probably will just sell the random junk.
Gold added to bank.
No, bad beep boo. Be gone.
Oh, I was about to say, what do you mean, no bad? Fine, I guess Nar will keep this as his personal bank account. And then don't forget, found evidence of this being part of a larger warband.
Larger warband. Also occasionally referred to as yet further excuses for playing Tabletop Simulator.
Further excuses of big scale combat. Yes.
All right, so
Maybe we'll use the Saga system next time so that Kyle can have fun with the dices again.
what do you mean have funs with? You were the one I managed to break with the game, especially in the first stream. Like, no.
It's mostly because you tried to cheat all the time.
Not that I tried to cheat, it's that I was so confused I had no idea what was happening. It just so happened that it was cheating confusion. Coincidental. Difficult when the rules are so confusing.
Having thoroughly looted everything of value out of the camp, it's nothing more than a pile of scattered sticks and palisades at this point. Whereas your Skaven have... they've fancied up their own attire considerably. Many of the storm vermin are now wearing silken shirts or nice little jewelry adorning their new weapons. The clan rats have not fared quite as well, but you can clearly see that some of their attire has also grown suddenly far richer than they were a little while ago.
Good, good. We gotta make sure that there is we want a division between the classes. That way I can, manipulate things so we can get a communist
Some
uprising.
rats are more equal than others.
We're gonna have the Marxist rats attack. Or just like writing that down as a rebellion plot. Rebellion.
We have to make sure the rats of the Rat Liberation Army are well motivated.
You mean the RLA? I've already got this thought out, by the way. Archer's like, t-shirt idea?
T-shirt.
So that was all the loot, but what about the thing from the scout?
You do eventually manage to find a small sealed lockbox, which looks like the thing Ludmilla instructed you to look for on her favored man. It probably contains a report of sorts.
Okay. Which one of us finds it, I guess?
Considering the roll is probably Scrazzle.
Probably.
Wait, what am I rolling for?
No,
Or
no,
a
you
random
already rolled.
Skaven handed it over. Seeing no actual value in it. You do discern a handful of teeth marks on the wood, however. It was not edible.
This was good science that was performed. We know this now.
True. So do I have it, or who has it?
The party. The nebulous party.
Okay, so then, well, I guess I'll open the letter.
It's a box that's locked.
Yeah.
I guess
Dumbass.
I'll take a... Oh, know what? I'm not gonna do that. Fuck. Do my own work. I look at one of the nearest storm vermin, and then tell him to smash the lock open.
I guess I roll strength then. Whap.
Ludmilla will wonder why her letter has been smashed and
Yeah.
has splinters all over it, but
I already have ideas. It was captured by the orcs.
It's not even a lie. It was.
The orcs captured it. And that's, we'll just leave it at that.
the orcs captured
We
it.
had recovered the box. Yeah. You don't think I already have this all thought out, you little monkey?
No,
Now, show me the goodies.
there are no goodies. It's just a piece of paper.
Nah, you read it, the paper explodes.
Okay. I'll do a magical sense on anything in the box.
Okay.
Because we need... Well, I hope there wasn't anything in the box.
Kyle is worried that the letter may be cursed.
Well, I guess we'll just find out the other way.
He touches the paper, all of a sudden, he has another mutation.
It feels too magical to be just a letter.
Okay, well, as soon as that's done, I open the letter.
All right. It is a general report of what the scout managed to figure out in Talabheim whilst he was deployed there. He'd been asked by Ludmilla to gather whatever intelligence he could as to the state of the investigation, what's going on, and if anyone was looking for the things you so dishonorably stole, like the thieves you are, from the good and gentle people of the Empire.
Gentle. That's it?
No. I'm building suspense.
Okay. I was about to be disappointed. All that for just a little crappy letter.
All right. The letter explains that a special group of investigators has been appointed by the Emperor himself. Karl Franz has dispatched Erich Hausen, a member of his elite Karaberg greatswords, to recover all of the lost items, the runefang, the banner in particular, and also the suit of armor. They have also been given full cooperation by the Talabheim authorities, as they're not particularly happy that all of this was stolen on their territory. Not particularly happy at all. The Elector Count of Wolfram Herzog has given them full authority to act in the same manner as guards and police in his Elector province. There's also mention that they will be dispatching people to the Kislevit territories along the border. And this is probably how you know as well that the letter is somewhat out of date, having come all the way from Talabheim, since you've already seen a sign of a red greatsword flying on a red and white pennant on ships that had visited Zavastra a few days ago, before the ghost ship sailed up the little river there heading northwards.
Okay.
It also mentions that, as you have already suspected, the weapons and the banner, the armor, the runefang were on their way to Ostermark, where they would have been used to launch a reconnaissance in force into Sylvania, which has been growing far more energetic as of late. It also contains report that there are worries of increased activity along the River Reich. There are some references to orcs and undead, which is presumed to be coming from Sylvania. The orcs are assumed to have been driven out of the smaller forests to the south of your current position, to the west of Ostermark and to the north of Sylvania, and into the Forest of Shadows, and then spilling on over into the nearby forests and terrain. There's also a mention of potential Norscan raiders, but there's an annotation there saying that this is presumed to be a myth at the moment, since any Norscan raiders would have had to travel a very, very long way to get this far into the Empire.
Okay. Anything else there?
A cute doodle of a bear. I guess this guy was a bit of an artist in his previous life, and you let him die. Shame.
Nice.
Dreams unfulfilled. Yada yada yada.
Now, the real question is, how can we use this letter to betray Ludmilla?
Well, if
Don't laugh.
anything, like the only thing I can think of is if we want Rykaboo. I forget his name right now.
Vasily. No.
No,
Other
you
one.
keep saying Vasily.
He's
The other
me,
guy,
Vasily. Anatoly. Think sausages.
We like it's something we or it's the person we can point him in the direction to,
Yeah,
but we still haven't properly introduced ourselves to him. So
That's true. We have yet to do that because we got distracted because of the letter business. So we still need to talk to Anatoly, and then we need
Look in
to
these boxes.
prop up. We need to play Ludmilla into her little trap, and then get it done. And that should get rid of those filthy red swords,
at least get them out of our hair because they just want their stuff back.
as well as open up a new power vacuum in the criminal underworld for Zavastra, for us to obviously fill that vacant slot. I see this is an absolute win. What do you guys think?
And since we're this letter is talking about the investigators, don't forget we have the war banner.
Yes. We can obviously use the war banner as a proof of our good intentions to Anatoly.
How did you come to acquire this? No, ask question.
We stole from Ludmilla. Yeah, sure. We will take... The thing is, the deal will be we will take Ludmilla, and then, as our prisoner, because we can use her connections in the underground world to build our own underground network.
Narl has very eccentric tastes.
Yes, our power grows... On paper, our power will be seemingly much greater. Yes, yes. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Devereaux?
What's in these boxes?
Disco just
Honestly,
walks
I think
out
we
of
all
the
know what
box.
Disco
It's
wants.
like, whatever, don't care.
Yes,
Boxes.
Scrouch is sitting there.
Struggle just like vibrating, just like
Just
boxes.
like,
All right, let's get the boxes out of the way then.
Boxes.
Come
It's
on.
like, can I open it now, Crush Ticket? It's like, no. Can I open it now? No. Can I open it
It's
now?
like
No.
business, no. And they're like, but boxes. Can I open the boxes now?
I don't know. Kyle was pontificating.
I was monologuing Karsnicket's evil plot. But
Does it involve
pontific-
boxes?
Scrazzle's practically bouncing up.
Well,
down on the
Scrazzle's
floor.
vibrating like Karsnicket's in the background, like, yes, my center power.
Scrazzle's just staring at the box. He's like, loot.
All right, let's see what's in them boxes, Dinko.
Okay, what's in the boxes?
I don't know. You haven't opened them yet.
Oh my god, open them.
Oh my god, that box.
The problem is, Disco, you've just been vibrating at them, staring at these boxes. We're refusing to open because you're too excited.
Okay, well, let's look in the boxes.
All right.
But you can't open the boxes until you insert money.
Yes, the aforementioned loot crates. Unironically, loot crates.
All right, you need loot keys. Archer's like, here's my PayPal. You pay $5 per loot key. It's like, oh my god.
No. I have a much better idea. Right, chat. This is now a crowdfunding event. It'll be like you remember those really old TV shows where they looked at the television and went like, right, you're gonna have to send messages via SMS now to vote, otherwise our heroes will not progress.
It's like, all right, now it's time for you at home. Yes, you. Don't look around. I'm talking to you.
Like, get the cheesy game show music.
Does our
Kyle.
fabled hero head out to find out about the criminal network, or does he continue to look through these reports? They vote. Nobody votes, so he just looks through the reports instead. Just him sitting there with glasses. That's boring.
Yeah, but it was a good way to get some revenue
No, but then you
going.
get that one person in chat who's like, logistics, yes, this is my fetish.
There you go, Kyle.
Where do I go? Got something? Oh god, you want me to play that? I think that's copyright.
No, it's
Probably.
Kevin McLeod. He's normally.
Is it?
Yes, he doesn't do copyright.
Okay, we can play it.
Right, the first of the 5 small identical boxes is gingerly opened. It contains 5 rounds of ammunition, with a little certificate wrapped around them, all fancy-like. The box is filled with that hay stuff that the fancy hippie companies put inside of their stuff to be like, yes, this is why we charge you 5 times the asking price.
Keep going, Arch.
Not bad.
It's going well with the music. Come on.
Well,
He's
that's
building
what's
up
in the
his...
boxes. I'm not the weapons expert here. Somebody else is gonna have to figure out what the bullets are.
Wait, so isn't like there was a bullet per
Evaluate,
box?
I guess,
Or like in each of the boxes there was 5 rounds?
but this is just one box.
Yes, evaluate would work.
I'm evaluating the fancy bullet.
That's a decent evaluate.
You come to the conclusion that they probably explode.
Come on, 3 degrees of success.
Yes. I'm not joking. You come to the conclusion that they probably explode. Presumably after having been fired into someone.
Okay. So I come to the conclusion that they might fit in any of the guns I have.
With a little bit of work, maybe, but you could fire them with a regular rifle.
Don't got one of them.
God damn it, Disco. Why'd you do this to me?
A regular pistol?
The rifle bullets. They're too small for your Jezile, but they're too large for your pistol. However, the explosive rounds give an additional 1d10 plus 5 damage each. That's on top of any other damage you get.
No. Let me write that down, actually. Fancy.
Plus 1d10, any type of damage you said? Or just non-typed?
You non-typed?
But as in
Plus
some
1d10.
damage types like that are others, so I'm just asking, is it just plus just untyped damage? Or a
Just
specific
damage.
type?
Just damage. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
So that
I didn't
adds
know if it was fire.
plus.
Oh my god, it just keeps
1d10.
looping.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, no, I'm trying to.
I think he means the music disco. Okay, so each of these 5 boxes, each of these 5 boxes has 5 rounds of this
No,
nice
that
ammo.
one box. We only opened one box. That's what that box has.
Well, they are identical boxes.
Okay. So we got 25 of those.
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess I'll put them in the ammo pouch.
Oh no, I closed the chat. I'm sorry.
He's not sorry,
Mine.
chat.
Mine. They don't fit any of my guns, but that's a small detail.
My goal is to make Disco carry one of every weapon in the video game.
Look, I'll just get a little army of lesser rats to be like pack mules walking behind me, carrying my weapons.
Pack rats, if you will.
Yes. Maybe even reloading for me, as long as they don't know how to actually shoot 'em. Just to get me ideas.
Well, you got some more bullets. That's good.
Not just more bullets, exploding bullets. Or fragmentation bullets. We don't necessarily know what.
This could be fun.
Fancy exploding bullets.
And to think they would all have disappeared under the rubble if Kyle had rolled so poorly.
If
That's
I,
tragic. And now they're in my ammo pouch. I don't know how much they weigh,
0.1.
so pretty much nothing. Lighter. than-
Imagine they weigh roughly similar to other bullets.
Actually, no, the other bullets are quite heavy.
Ah, because these are hollowed out, I get it. I understand
That's why I
now.
have the ammo pouches to half the weight of the ammunition, because the ammo was so goddamn heavy. I couldn't carry anything else.
The Jezal stuff is way bigger too. Nice, big, fat, heavy, solid pieces of goddamn warpstone, depleted uranium bullets, basically.
It still chuffs me. It's basically just firing depleted uranium at people. Poor
Essentially.
Vasily. He's gonna have cancer in like 20 years.
it's true. Big tumors like. He's gonna have brain damage. Please tell me, Archie, rolling for brain damage every month that passes. So we see him one
No.
day and he just rolls like.
It's like, no, you're
No.
forgetting. He's special. He now has resistance to radiation because of this.
Oh my god! Remember Metal Gear Revengeance when that Armstrong dude? He becomes him. He's just super buff and like a god. No.
No, I don't play Kojima games. It's disgusting, yeah. Absolutely disgusting.
I think that one's the least Kojima-y, if I remember right.
Kyle needs to sit down and be quiet with
Listen,
his
I don't like
fetishization.
Kojima either. I just find the memes funny.
Vasily now has to listen to random Kodak entries.
Oh my god. True.
Vasily,
It
this
is
is Big
difficult.
Boss. Go away. I don't want to listen to you.
To find the words to adequately condemn Kyle for what he's saying.
The Barge, meanwhile, secretly endorsing me in DMs. He's like, based. And then he's like, here's $50. I'm like, thanks.
Hold on.
What does that say?
Now,
What? That's not based. That's the opposite of based.
you have finished your loot. You can return to town now and continue the plot. Unless you want to do something random and just be like, no, actually, we're going to go northwards.
North,
Haven't
Go
Yeah,
northwards. Let's go.
Northmen, you say. It is up to our small band to murder every last Norseman we see.
Unfortunately, Dev, a tree has fallen and blocked your path northwards.
Age of
How big is the tree? Big enough.
Very big.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Big
roll.
enough.
I'm gonna roll scale shear surface.
You see, that's when it's not sheer surface. It's actually like a fungal tree.
It's
my
actually
fucking God.
rounded. It's not scale. It's not
It's
sheer at all.
4 degrees of failure. Jesus.
All right, time to
fuck.
roll for more fall damage.
Oh
All
dear.
right, go ahead. Go ahead.
The fall
The
is
thing
so
is-
massive that Ratata just breaks his neck, and you're gonna have to carry him back to town where he will miraculously recover.
I more interpret it as the tree just puts him in stasis until we get back.
Pretty
Who's
much.
carrying me? Who's carrying me?
The slaves.
We get one. Yeah, it should be good.
Well, Kyle, what are you gonna do now? You're the leader. You're responsible for these people. Help them.
Dev, kill yourself.
You already did that.
Oh
Okay,
no!
done.
Already just laying there dead. Big thinkies. Well, we have
I
scavenged
guess
stuff.
first things first, we need to go back to the warren.
Just scream at hands. All right, so we've scavenged the stuff, right? Now, orcs become problems later on, but do our characters know that information?
I think it's just orcs are just an ever-present thing, kind of. It's just, to
Yes.
what degree are they a problem?
But I'm asking Barch, would our characters know how orcs procreate? Probably not.
I don't know. Have you done a
mean,
study on this?
Didn't Dev once eat their babies?
Yeah, but we didn't really know they were their babies back then.
Now we'll still
Well,
eat
the
them. Let's
thing-
go.
That's silly.
No, the thing is, I actually would imagine this Skaven would eat them, because it's like, hey, that's food.
All right, well, I guess we'll scavenge for any food and supplies, and then, have the little rats finish up their stuff, and then as soon as they're done, we waddle on back to the barge and head back.
You find no food and supplies that hasn't already been eaten by your army.
Okay, I kind of figured they had eaten it.
But yeah, that's what I was referring. I was saying the army should eat it.
Fat little bastards.
They did.
Little-
It's fine, they have a high metabolism. They'll burn it off on the walk back.
Nice, we have... I told you, Arch, there'd be a fucking shirt about it. Look at that. Fan art. RLA. See? People will buy it, not in line. Oh my god, they
That's
would...
cruel.
You like it, don't lie.
Of course rats would use AK-47s. Of course they
That
would.
was
We know.
Dan Tart, by the way.
You can tell it's a Dan. Because
I
look
was
at...
just making
Dan.
sure that he gets appropriate credit.
Yeah, Dev doesn't. No, Dev? What? Kyle. Dev? Same person.
Dev was like, yes, I'll add that to my character sheet.
It's like AK-47.
Returning to town, it's still not looking particularly good after the plastering it took the last few days. But they're beginning to recover slowly but surely, rebuilding the palisades. Most of the fires are out, and the houses are beginning to be rebuilt. You return to your warren, and your army is yawning. Probably, you know. Your army is billeted again amongst the locals, where they quickly begin embellishing their stories of heroism on the front line, the size of the enemy army, and the ineptitude of their commanders.
Black orcs as far as our
Of
red eyes
course
could
they're,
see.
being like, our leaders were genius and brilliant. Yes.
They're
Quite the
Skaven.
opposite,
No,
actually.
they're Skaven. No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're saying the army would have fallen apart if it wasn't for me, a lowly private.
Had our division not held the line. It's like division now. It's like, yes, the numbers are getting bigger.
I would have stopped you before you even got that far. Division, that implies a level of organization that I don't think rats have.
Yes, but that's what they're infatuating. They're blowing it out of proportion.
Regardless, how long does it take us to get back?
Not too long. A couple of days. 2 days, to be precise.
Okay, I'll just take off 2 wounds, since I'm assuming since we're with the army, we're not using the boat.
Well, he didn't bring the boat, so yes, you're presuming correctly. Since you're walking on land, and boats do poorly on land.
Normally. We can change that
We
potentially
can,
in the future.
add little wheels to it. It'll be our battle.
No, you fucking retard, we're Skaven. Wigs. Spider boat.
Spider boat. Spider boat goes upside down. The crew
Well,
just fall.
once I got my new career, I'll get to work on that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Add legs to boat.
Espresso, Nara's gonna come up to you with his haft of his storm halberd and just like, fix it.
I mean, it's gonna need other half.
You're a scryer. You smart. Fix it.
Well, you're gonna have to help me get whatever it was I need first.
To basically explain like what I'm actually doing, since you were told that you can make stuff, I'm viewing this as an opportunity to actually,
Improve. Yeah.
oh, yeah. make it into something that
Charles was gonna
potentially
be
has
like,
bonuses.
we'll fix, but first, apparently can't know how to fix without very specific item.
Oh.
Plus, first you're gonna have to craft and invent a metal detector to find the other half.
Or just improvise.
I think this will be a quest line now. Yes, you know what? In fact, this is a quest line now. The other half was totally mentioned in one of the Orcish letters, which you can somehow decipher, despite none of you knowing Orcish.
Ah, yes. And you fucking joked about me not learning another language.
We have
God,
taken
snicket.
they've taken this blade to Grimgore Ironhide. It's like, why?
Yes, Grimgore Ironhide. I was just going to say the local warlord, but this is much better, Kyle.
No. You'd have to understand. This has to basically become like a battle of the 5 armies situation.
See,
where it's like, no, we
as-
have to get as many fucking races involved as possible.
as we find out, it's not like it was actually intercepted by Azag the Slaughter or whatever his name is. Be like, what the fuck? What the
Honestly,
fuck?
Azag's a pussy compared to Grimgore, so yes. This is canon now. Grimgore Ironhide has your goddamn your business ended,
Blade.
so
I don't know
Technical,
why
but-
I have this thing, but I have it and I like it.
It's pointy and I want it.
Why didn't we do
you're
an
gonna
orc
have to
campaign?
hunt down and defeat his 2,000-point army in the field at some point.
Oh boy. He's like,
No, then goes to Karsnicket. You need big army. Can't explain why.
Grimgore, just give us the blade. No, I like it. Use it as a toothpick.
It's pointy and I want it now because you want it.
Basically works in a nutshell.
Let's see here. I'm just gonna write this down so I don't forget. Grimgore Ironhide had
He just left a mocking note, like, if you manage to defeat this army, and you want this shiny back, I challenge you.
Oh my god.
And I was like, damn it!
The biggest battle unfolds. We get the blade back, but turns out the loot, there's like a better halberd, and just even use it.
It turns into a white halberd and it's like, but I already have like a purple halberd.
Oh my god. Now we're using MMO coloring scheme.
Look, this makes it easier to explain the concept.
Purple, because it's legendary, or wait, legendary or ultra? I don't remember. Every game calls them different.
Yeah, but it always comes back to basically WoW. Actually, no, is it WoW or Diablo? I think Diablo was first, right?
Diablo is the one that I think coined the colored weapons, if I remember right. Correct me if I'm wrong, chap.
Either
It
way,
is Diablo, yes.
either way, original halberd common. One that I have at the time that I get it back, like epic.
Yeah.
There's the
why
joke.
Why did we get this back
Let's
again?
see.
Point of pride. Now it's my halberd. Again.
Grimgore
did it-
Ironhide has a 1+ armor save and 5 attacks. That'll be cool.
Well, let's use
5
range.
attacks. Well, I have 3 right now, so
See-
I think we need to level up a little
If
bit.
we do a battle with them, we're using the warp lightning cannons, which Disco will have by that point.
It's gonna be like the final, final boss, isn't it?
We're gonna have. This is way after we defeat Zephyr, mind you, because that
No,
requires us going
you don't
all the way in
understand.
the
This is how we
south
get
half
back.
of the planet.
This is how we get back in Sephor's favor again.
What?
It's like,
Why
what do
is
you
that?
mean?
Listen,
No,
I-
I'm proposing stupid plot points, okay?
I did actually find a fan-made Chaos Dwarf army roster, so it's not impossible. Not impossible.
obviously you'll tweak it to balance it, right? Archer looks at
It's like,
the
oh, of course not.
Like, yes, balance it in my favor.
It's that Star Wars meme.
He adds
You're gonna
the
tweak it,
Yamasu
right?
as its own epic unit.
Right?
It's
You
like
see, that's what we need the lightning cannon for.
It's the Hulk meme. Like Arch looks at the players and then he does the little grin thing, like.
I wonder how many hit points Zephyr has.
Nothing
Many.
a tower can't fix.
Many, presumably, yes. Alternatively, I'll just make them use the dwarf rules and just camp in a corner, laughing. Like, yes, you're gonna have to come at
Laughing
me
at
one unit at a time.
Laughing in artillery.
Ow! I scratched myself a little bit. I should have
That's okay. That's normal.
stoidled myself.
Narwhal comment in his little journal. Apparently, big orc boss named Grimgor has other half halberd. Must go on quest to get backpack.
Crusade. Holy artifact lost.
Must form own little rat tide because Vermintide trademarked.
Vermintide trademarked. Don't worry, it'll be RLM tide.
Yes, that's why it's a rat tide.
Dinko, we need you to invent the
No.
Klinishnikov.
Better yet, it'll be a rat sade.
Ratnikov, there we go. We need the Ratnikov.
Well, what else are you going to do now that you're back home again?
Can we start inventing rat T-34s?
No.
Rataphores.
They're powered by rats.
Karsnicket zipper.
Oh my god. Alright, now that we're back.
You can't invent anything, frankly.
Now that we're back, the real question is, what do you guys want to tackle first? We got the letter. We can still betray the filthy Ludmilla. Oh.
The thing is, the Empire really wants their shit back, and they're sending very scary people to get it.
Yes, we're gonna. I think betraying Ludmilla is the smartest thing, because honestly, she's just a big rock tied to us now. She's gonna weigh us down. She's gonna be like, hey, and we need the Empire to piss off. Otherwise, they're gonna find our heart worn.
If we want her to live and get her as a human contact, I think we need to talk to Anatoly first, and basically get Anatoly to jump her, supposedly. Or at least organize it so that him or whoever is about to attack, and then we come in, it's like, we give you one chance, or else. And then if she says no, then it's like, well, oh well.
Listen, there's always a chance she'll survive. But I do think abduction is probably the preferred method. What do you guys think?
I mean, you just want to keep her as a pet.
No, not
Oh,
necessarily.
no, like the thing is, like, I joke about it, but the thing is, she actually would make a good contact because she knows the different underground organizations in this region.
Not that kind of pet.
God damn it, Dinko.
Yeah.
Just
No, I know what she's talking about.
a little snarky fuck.
I remember your plans. I remember the art for the plans.
I remember nothing.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
This war fantasy campaign's about to get a little interracial.
So does Dev with his little chuckle.
Dev's like,
After we capture her, then we have to find her.
We need to
and then after we
interrogate
find her, we
you.
have to find a vampire, and then get the vampire to turn her into a vampire, and then the meme will be true.
I'd be like, told you Archie looked like a vampire. Be like, oh my god, you fucking assholes. Oh, that's actually a brilliant idea. Hold on. So we
And
capture
then that
Ludmilla.
vampire can turn.
We form an alliance with the vampires because they're far away, and having allies far away means they won't interfere with our plans too much. Hopefully. Actually, no. See, if we wanted to ally with the vampires, we could take these items and then give it to the vampires, but vampires are kind of gay, and I don't like them. Not racist,
yeah.
just
No.
don't like them.
No, but keep in mind, vampires, yes, they're monstrous beings, but they wouldn't view us as, like, abject monstrosities. Just, disgusting creatures.
Listen, Hans, I'm not racist. I just don't like them.
I'm not racist, I'm just saying we need to murder them all.
I just think we should exterminate them. I like how my external prejudices against vampire influence. Don't look
And
vampires.
secretly, this is all along Gnarl's path to be a blood rat knight.
Oh god, that would be weird if that could happen. Alright, so. Anybody have any other suggestions on what we want to do? 'Cause that's my proposal on what we can do. We could also...
My suggestion is that you buy a warlock so Disco can do her quest.
Buy a warlock?
Oh, is that what the trigger is for the quest? See, this is like some sort of video game, and Arch is like, all right, here's the
A
trigger.
little exclamation point just appeared above Archie's head.
Well, don't forget we can hire different rats.
You can.
That's true. How much
And a
is
warlock engineer will only cost you like 15 points.
How many points do we have? Hands. Tell me. Eat.
Well, does our army value? I guess this is. I guess we would have to replace them. Yes. Or actually, how would that work? Because like I did note the losses we did take during the battle. Does that?
We can replenish clan rats, I hope.
Your hope is like sweet nectar for me to extinguish.
Dears.
No, I'm not going to have you keep track of losses because it'd be too much of an annoyance. So you assume that your army remains constant and that you reinforce in battle. You will lose characters that you send on missions.
Like
that Storm Vermin, for example, that Kyle sent off into the forest to look for Dev. He rolled very well, so he just did the only safe thing, which was sit down and snooze nearby.
Okay, so just for ease of keeping track of things, losses in battle we can just assume will be replenished. But if we send them out outside of warfare, there is a chance that we could lose them.
No, only characters. We can't really send armies out yet.
Well, yeah, no, I was saying that in regards since he was talking about a specific one.
If we have a
yes,
named
a
character,
specific
like this Warlock Engineer would be a named character. If we sent him on a mission and he died, then he's dead. But a regiment of units will retrain. So if we lose clan rats will replenish clan rats, storm vermin will replenish storm vermin.
If that is the case, then our army total is sitting at a value of 460, and we have a total of 495. We could get easily back up to 500 if we're willing to convert.
How can we expand
some of
the
the
army
warp
value
tokens.
again?
We just convert warp tokens into it, right?
Your current army strength is 450 points, and I remember remember I mentioned Battle Scribe to you.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you should use that app because that way we have a common reference points for everything. I have also uploaded the core rulebook as well to the drive we all share.
Yeah, for the armies.
Yeah, I did download that.
Because I have adjusted the army to fit with the latest rule set. So you have one block of clan rats with a musician and a standard barrier and a champion for a total of 50 clan rats. Then you've got 50 Skaven slaves, and you have your 10 storm vermin with a full champion, musician, and standard bearer set.
Okay, so basically you just added the officer corps to the total number we had.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You could take them without,
So you're...
but they take penalties.
You are just shy of 450 points? Yes, 450 points exactly is what you're sitting at right now.
Here's my thinking. It's going to take a while for the Warlock Engineer to get here. We can use some of our tokens to convert to get the Warlock Engineer, so that's queued up. So that's the thing we do after we...
Oh, you said that it was like what? You said it was 30, 25?
The Warlock Engineer costs 15 points basic without any gear.
Okay, if we have 495 and we're sitting at 450, then
well, hold on.
We have enough to get the engineer.
What kind of gear do we want? Do we want any gear? What kind of gear does he got?
Basic, he just comes with a sword, basically. That's all he has, just a sword.
What else he's got, options-wise?
Well, that's where it gets a little bit interesting. So, Warlock Engineers can be wizards. So they can be spellcasters, and they'll have access to the Lore of Ruin, which is the whole warp lightning stuff. You can purchase them as either a level 1 wizard or a level 2 wizard. Level 1 costs 50 points, level 2 costs 85 points.
I like the idea of having a friend wizard.
For the army, in the Battle Scribe, is it end times or standard?
Standard.
Oh, the end times. Oh, yeah. That's when I was getting into it. Dennis.
He can also get a Warplock pistol or a Warplock musket as well.
Warblock pistol, Warblock musket. Just steal it. She'd be like, "This is mine."
Engineer. What am I seeing for augments? I'm seeing just augmented weapon, pistol, and then, yeah, musket.
Yep.
How much do these war gear items cost?
The augmented weapon is 45 points, so probably not that one. Pistol is 8, and the musket is 15.
How many tokens do we got?
We have total to spare if we have 150 or 450. We have if we convert everything to or all the tokens we have 500 total points.
I'd say we take it with the gun.
Okay, you say
Which gun?
gun. We have a few or a couple.
The rifle. Give it the rifle, and then we'll give it when there's battles. We'll get Disco control it until we get Jeziles.
Because yeah, he is an independent character, so he can do that.
Lore-wise, we have War of Undeath and Ruin.
On death, wait, the necromancy stuff.
But I'm just looking at the battle scribe, and it's saying either War of Undeath or Ruin.
Yeah, no, the lore of undeath is incorrect. It's only ruin.
So so it would just be Ruin and just level 0 wizard.
Yes, I'm
actually, no,
presuming the.
Oh no, we don't have the points for any levels of wizardry. Getting to wizardry 1 is 50 points.
Yep. So a level 2 wizard would turn the warlock engineer from a 15-point purchase to a 100-point purchase.
Yeah, we'll take the gun, and it'll be just another gunner for Disco to use. What do you think, Disco? Disco!
Sure, you
Okay.
go with that.
Because then you can use them in battle. Then we'll still have to save for your Jeziles, but hey, it's 2 guns instead of 1, right? So it's better than one. And then how much are Jeziles, by the way? Because we have this open. Let's just get that out of the way.
Let me have a look.
Jeziles are 60 points.
How many? We have enough tokens to convert to get Jeziles, don't we?
Jeziles is a 3-man team. So 60 points will give you 3 Jeziles.
Let's take that as well.
Keep in mind that's 60 points.
Yes. We're gonna have to do this anyways.
Yeah, hold on. I'm also adding our core stuff. So we have
Might as well
clan
get it done
rats.
now. Clan rats, Stormboymen, Skaven slaves.
The clan rats are 47 clan rats with a champion, a musician, and a standard bearer. And the clan rats themselves are armed with shields and spears.
It would be nice to get another unit of clan rats. How much? 47 points? 50 points?
The fully upgraded clan rat unit is 255 points.
Wait, the one we have is 255 points, the one we have right now?
Yes, they have shields and spears.
We could upgrade them later and just get a unit of them. Having more of melee
To be
fronts.
fair, for the Skaven, numbers is almost always even more important than weaponry.
Yes.
Back when I used to play competitive Skaven, that wasn't this edition, but I think 4th or 5th, I didn't upgrade anything. I just had like 5 blocks of Skaven slaves with nothing on them,
Where are the
just to
Skaven
redirect
slaves,
charges.
See, chat, don't worry about the
Oh, they're the
passive income
slaves.
thing. Because we get army, we'll do another battle. We'll have tons of money.
And then we had, you said 47 slaves as well. Or no, 50 slaves?
Now, hold
50
on.
slaves, no command group.
What's the tab for the... We're getting all this done now. We might as well. What's the tab for the raiding port? Can we afford that?
Well, so just to make sure you're aware. So, because I'm building the army and battle scribe right now as well.
Just type it in Discord for me.
Was it in references? I had it somewhere here. References or notes or something.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
References.
I'm
Let's try
looking in
references.
references.
You looking in references or looking notes? LMNO.
There, notes, base upgrades.
Under play, right?
Yes.
Remember the underground port was fairly expensive.
Yes.
Yes.
Underground port's 250. That's what we need to open up things. But we can get a cheaper thing to start generating passive income, I think.
The cheapest way to generate passive income without the market is the port plus a raiding ship, which is 330 tokens.
We're not going to be able to afford that right now.
Yeah, because if you remember last time, it's like when we converted everything, we barely didn't have enough.
So what's the total number of tokens we have right now, Hans? Currency-wise? I'm writing it down.
Okay, hold on, because I'm switching between a decent number of tabs. So, because he's like, oh, but I want this, and I want this. It's like, okay, man. It's like, oh, but what about that? It's like, okay, hold on. You know how excited he gets.
Hans, no one
So
cares.
right
Get to the
now,
point.
the total point allowed we have for our army is 495. In the
495.
party bank, we have 5 warp tokens, which we can just convert into the point value. And then if I remember right, you said it was like, what was the...
Hans, I just want to
conversion-
know the total number. I don't care about the other things. What's our total number of points? Tokens.
I just said, like, with tokens, we have 500.
500 tokens. Okay.
That's what I said.
Now,
For all the other stuff, we need the conversion of gold
Warlock,
into token.
the Warlock is, what, 15 with everything? Or how much was he?
The Warlock
With the gun.
Engineer is 15 base with just a sword.
Yeah, but we want him with the
If
gun.
we want with the musket, it's 30 points.
So 30 total. So he's 30 points, okay.
If we want the Jeziles, just the base team, it's 60.
60, okay. So that's not too bad. How much would it take to get the base level port?
250.
250. Okay. So we're gonna purchase that. Gibbs is going to open up a calculator because just so I don't
Base
make
level
wrong
port.
math.
Oh, there it is. Underground port. I see it now.
So that leaves us with 160 tokens. With that, so we have 160 to spend. But the port doesn't generate income.
You need the
that
raiders.
You need the
minimum.
raider.
How much are the raiders?
80.
80.
80. So that leaves us with 80 remaining points. So we can still buy Skavenses, but they'll be unupgraded. That's fine.
So now we're talking just tokens. So you got 500 tokens, right?
Yep, I already did the math.
500 total tokens.
After
Yep.
all those purchases right there, that leaves us with 80 tokens to spend, not including those clan rats I just mentioned.
Minus 170 or minus 330 for the port and the raider. Make sure you note that down that you've purchased a port and 1 raider.
Best to do it.
And then minus 30 and minus 60, leaving you with, yes, 80 warp tokens.
And that's, we do have the raider, right?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Yay! Look, Disco,
Wait,
we
no,
got you your guns, dudes, now.
No, I think you misunderstood when I was talking about points total. Like, I was referring to the
Yeah, don't.
like army point.
I know. I wasn't specific. The thing is, the hands is, I just wanted to know the raw number for the Munmuns.
Because I was going to say, out of that like total of 500, like 450 of those were being used for our base army.
What are you on about?
Aha. Right, so let's take a step back here.
We purchased these things. Why would you still have written down numbers to things we don't have anymore?
Oh my fuck! Because that was the total amount of points we got when we initially got that huge chunk of
when I
warpstone
asked
that we
how
sold
many
it for.
tokens we had total available, and you said
No,
500.
I was talking army. I was talking army points, and army points are just warp tokens.
So
We had
do
450 of those that we have that we used
Yes,
for
yes,
our
I
initial
don't care.
army.
So how much spending tokens do we have? Like I asked the first time. I don't care about the rest of that shit. How many tokens do we actually have? That's all that matters to me. The other crap doesn't mean shit.
Okay, then if you're just talking tokens that are not accounted for, we had 50.
So, hands, for future reference, when I ask how many tokens we have to spend, I don't want all this other crap. I just want how many we have to spend. So we don't have any for anything. Never mind on the whole thing. What a waste of time that was.
That's why I was talking about conversion. You said, no, don't talk about that.
Yes, I just wanted to know the total number. Now, moving on. We're not getting shit. So,
Which is why I was talking about converting gold into warp tokens.
But we can get the Warlock Engineer with the rifle. That is the one thing we will get. That is it. Because that leaves us with 20 tokens remaining.
Okay, and that leaves you with 30 unspent warp tokens in the bank.
Hans, you said we had 50 to spend, didn't you?
Yes.
That does not leave us with 30, that leaves us with 20.
Probably. All right, so 20 warp tokens in the bank.
Yes. We have 20
And how much
tokens.
gold do you have now with the 600 added from today's raid?
2,329.
$2,329. So that would be a potential 388 additional tokens in conversion.
So we have how much? 300 and what?
One warp token can be bought for 6 gold coins. So you could convert all of the gold to 388 tokens.
Okay, so we'll still do the port and the raider, but that's all we're gonna do.
Okay, that would be 1,980 gold.
Yep. Because then we can generate passive income there.
You said
Yes.
1,000 what?
980.
Okay, so we would have 349 gold left.
And then make sure to point to mark out that you have the port and that you have a raider.
Got it. That's gonna be... So we need to mark down to remember that we have a small raider with 15 clan rats. So we do need to roll the d20, 2 d20s. at the beginning of
Yes,
each
that's
session.
the start of each session from here on out. You roll 2 d20s at the start of each session per ship, and you keep the highest result, and that is the number of warp tokens your crew have gathered.
Thank you, Arch. That should be good.
I'm just gonna note that we have the underground port and 1 raider in the party bank thing.
Yep, that's good. Bookkeeping.
Cancer. Now, that's still...
Answer.
It's not a button we want to press.
It's good.
There. All right. So that will be taken care of for next session. Now we're going to actually do the actual questaroo.
You gonna go talk to Ludmilla finally?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. Is it side quest time?
No, not unless we want to not do anything. We need to get other things taken care of.
Well, you just let me know what you're doing.
I mean, unless there's anyone else that has a suggestion.
No.
I mean, the only thing Nara would want is, in the future, once Scrazzle ranks up, so she can start making Skaven items and whatnot.
Yeah, but if we have to wait for those people to come, because I need the engineer.
Yes. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's like,
That
Gnarl
will
has
be a
nothing.
next session thing, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What else did we need?
Dev made a noise too. What does Dev
What?
want?
What did we have arriving, by the
And
way?
I'm
Because
good.
we had some stuff arriving after the battle that we had ordered.
I remember that the, I guess now, new halberd instead of the backup halberd was supposed to be coming.
Mm.
Yep.
We
I
ordered
think-
some other stuff as well, didn't we?
Yeah, I just noted down this stuff for me since I figured other people would be marking down their own stuff.
I do remember a new halberd was ordered.
Yes.
Did we not order the? We ordered the wolf rat, didn't we? Or did we?
Yes.
Not order
Yes,
that
it was
yet?
your wolf rat that was going to take time to get here as well, because the potions we
Yeah.
can just get from Ludmilla.
And potions, which we already
Got from Ludmilla.
took.
All right. In that
There
case,
should be a new wolf rat.
the halberd and what shall this one's name be? Mustard.
Barbecue.
I like mustard better.
Well, you don't get
Rapicue.
to
No,
name it.
Rapicue.
Barbecue.
But I like mustard
Barbecue.
better.
I think barbecue rolls off the
I
tongue.
mean, if you want to give me another one that has a name, Mustard, I won't say no. But I ordered this
All
one
of a
and paid
sudden,
for it, so I picked
Scrazzle
the
wakes
name.
And sees a wolf rat with an M on its nameplate.
Yeah, but mustard is going to roll significantly worse than barbecue at this point.
Then I definitely want barbecue.
Nice.
That's truly tragic. Right, so there's a new wolf rat amongst the group.
May you serve it diligently as the last one. What happened to the last one? Don't ask about it.
No, Kyle, you don't get to steal that. Vile, evil, disgusting Kyle. Shame on your little soul.
Don't
I
get
haven't
to
stolen
steal what?
anything.
What are you trying to steal?
I was
You
thinking
tried to
about
steal
barbecue
mustard.
sauce.
There's no mustard. There's only barbecue. Unless you accidentally sent two.
What? What is he
Delivery
talking
got
about
confused.
mustard?
Accidentally sent two wolf rats.
Arch is a little bit high. Nothing out of the ordinary. Why did you fire your warp launch at Zyle?
I don't know. I don't even have that.
She's like,
open.
I had to put barbecue down.
No,
It's like,
I
"Oh."
don't even have that page open.
Must have been
Or
glitched.
barbecue. Oh well, I guess mustard's the only one alive now then.
I literally don't even have that open. Like, I'm on my trappings page.
He lived a short but eventful life.
Uh-huh. So,
Just ignores
Barbecue.
him. That's the spirit, Dinko.
and I like how the only time my goddamn gun even hits is when I didn't even roll it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Hold on,
It's probably
Disco.
watch.
In Tabletop Sim, you didn't do too badly.
In tabletop.
I do remember you murdering a
yesterday.
decent number of
And by
orcs despite
yesterday,
the
I
fact
mean-
you were...
Pop in the
Last
orc.
week,
Pop.
Yeah, you killed a few of them. Like 3, 4.
Yes, apparently my character is much better in that thing. It's normally. Is that all we ordered then? Is your halberd in the rack?
Like I said, I don't know if we ordered more because the only thing I noted down was the halberd.
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
if you did order anything else, it was lost in the mail.
Yep. That's what happens when things aren't written down. But I don't think that is, because it was just a rat and a halberd.
Yeah,
Probably,
the
yes.
potions we got from.
Yes, we got the potions from Ludmilla at a exorbitant extra cost, mind you.
Mm.
No, wasn't
That was
Scrazzle
something
able
that
to
I
like...
wanted to do,
That's-
and that I had asked you in the Discord about if I can spend some time, maybe if we can get to a lab, maybe Ludmilla's got access to one, that I could try and examine and improve the potion in such a way as to maybe help Noel with his leg temporarily.
You would have to get access to Ludmilla's laboratory, which she would undoubtedly charge you thousands of dollars for.
No, never mind then.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Wait till we've got one then.
And lock.
Look where? Come on, Arch. Chip chop. Fucking sitting here. It's-
What?
Then you say, oh, look, it's just where.
yeah.
And that's you. That's on me. You still haven't decided what you're doing, silly boy.
Yeah, no, we just said. My goodness. Arch, you little...
You didn't, though.
What are you doing? You are doing something in
Hey.
the background because you are not paying attention.
No, you haven't said what you're doing.
I said, what does everyone else want to do before we do the other thing? And then that's all
It's-
done. So now
It
we're doing
sounds
the other
like
thing. Which is, we're going to be going to talk to, not Vasily, Anatoly. Andouille sausage. Yes, that's the one.
You're gonna talk to Anatoly. Ah. All right. How
I
would
thought
you
you were
like to go
trying to
about
get
this?
That's our next order of business. So, plan, hands, man, and we're... How are we
You're
going
saying
to
things.
approach him with the artifact? Because the thing is, right, you just dumping that on his little plate is gonna make him go like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Yes.
The first order of business is going to be needing to assess Andouille's knowledge of the situation. What does he know? What doesn't he know? The second order of business needs to be then figuring out how to persuade him. We already know that he likes Empire stuff. Then getting him in the favor of the Empire would be a good way to do that. Having him recover that flag would be great, but showing that right off the bat, I think, is a terrible idea. So we need to talk to him, but we need to do it in a way that obviously will be conductive to business dealings. So we need to arrange a business dealing with Andouille. And going through Ludmilla is going to be a terrible idea in that regard, because she might be able to catch wind of what we're doing. We need to do it without her knowing. At night, preferably, in that case.
I mean, we're Skaven.
Yep.
Like, operating at night is more just how we operate, period.
But we need to keep an extra lookout for Ludmilla, because she's going to have... She's going to be on the alert now. This sucks. This actually does. Because now she's going to have lookouts and stuff. So honestly, all four of us going is probably a bad idea, unless we... see, doing the teleportation thing makes loud noises, even at night. The guards and stuff could be alerted to that.
I will say this. Because of recent events, I decided for RP flavor that one other thing I was going to be getting with my new class is Silent Move.
That is really
Oh.
good.
Oh.
So he doesn't have to keep relying on the fat rat
I've got
for stealth.
I've got a couple ideas here.
Rat
So
rat not stealthy.
where does
I'm pretty
Andouille
Rat
good.
rat
live?
claim to
Come
be
on now.
stealthy.
No, point to the last few sessions where you stealthed. Look at what you have wrought.
Sprazzle just gives you a look. Just a look that says, really? You're gonna make that claim?
Look, I
Actually,
figured
I have like 25% worth of agility improvements to get. I think I'm just gonna beeline those next with all my experience.
agility for you wouldn't be terrible.
I've got really good toughness. I have almost 70 toughness.
It's funny for
Agility
I,
is low.
I think for you, like, you basically have the toughness where I want, but I have the high agility, which is what you would want.
Yep.
It's kind of funny. I'm sitting at 73 agility. That's ridiculous. Nala
Okay.
can book it when he wants to.
So where does Andouille live?
Anatoly lives
Andouille.
in the city
sausage
proper.
City proper, that's not good. Is there any vantage points outside of the village that could see the roof of his house? 'Cause I'm thinking,
Not really.
uh,
Powers stayed around would obstruct most vision.
what about a boat?
It's in the middle of the city.
That's not good. We need to clamber atop a vantage point, maybe an abandoned building or a building that isn't occupied. Something of that nature. So we just got a structure like that, if we can find one. Clamber up to the top, then use Skitter Leap to pop on over. And then we're going to have, I guess, Rattata and Gnarl do the deal.
Are you sure you would only use Skitter Leap? Because as you just said, like, it does create a decent amount of noise.
It does.
Where we can just sneak through the sewers into one of the grates inside the city.
Well,
There are many sewer grates scattered throughout the city, allowing access for Skavens, yes.
yes. But I'm actually talking about getting to Andouille's house. Where is his house?
And Dewey's.
Like, what is it? Yeah, it's a sausage.
Oddly enough,
Awesome.
when I'm at the Zavastra map, I can only hover over Sewer Grate, Smuggler Cave to get the pop-ups. All the other ones aren't popping up for me.
I know.
So I don't know.
I'm more so asking Arch, like, what's his house? Do we know where it is? Things of that
You had
nature.
Sausage go there once, and he dragged back one of the tourist trap daggers.
Yes.
So we know where the house
Sausage
is.
knows where where he lives.
He knows his life.
He knows his life too.
Okay. Well, is Sausage going to be able to guide us in the sewers?
Sausage will be able to guide you in the sewers. Yes.
Okay. Little Sausage will lead the way, and I guess we'll head off then, unless anybody needs anything else. Actually, no, wait, we can't. We're gonna have to wait until I want your health back in tip-top shape. As our tank, I don't want you damaged.
I mean, if you want, we can wait a day for me to get the other 3 back.
Basically. Tip-top shape before we do an encounter, because God only knows what could go wrong.
Critical
I
wins.
have also added mustard into the character selection
Name is Barbecue.
for Disco to claim.
Like I said, you want to gift me another one? Call it mustard. That's fine. But I paid for this one.
Poor mustard.
So I suppose you better give it its proper name.
Well, you're the owner of it, I hope. Well, you'll have to click on it first.
I mean, if you claim it Disco, you can rename it to whatever.
You can just change the name.
Because Mustard's a dumb name. Barbecue's better.
Mustard's a much better name.
I would take
Like I said.
fucking ranch over mustard.
Like I said, you want to, have me
Ranch?
find another one that has a name already? That's cool.
We can name it Ranch
have
if
it
you want,
too.
Kyle, but
We need to
I
name
think
it
that's an even worse
balsamic
name.
vinaigrette. It's getting big. It's getting big.
see, that's even worse. It's just BBQ. It's not even barbecue. It's just BBQ.
I'll
Good
call it
enough.
RBQ. RBQ! Well, that's its name now.
No, it seems Scrousel is enamored with her new wolf rat. It's
Rat BQ.
Right.
That's
Whilst Mustard is being cursed by its new master, the
barbecue.
sausage appears in a small puff of sulfuric smoke, as usual, and looks up as his inept master.
A nap, do you say?
so we still have the tourist trap dagger, right?
You can
Yes.
use it on the rat, I guess. There you go.
Oh no, I was more thinking returning his dagger.
That could be a good in. Yes, yes. I like
Well,
this.
because you remember we tried to get other tourist traps, but then the incident happened.
Now, Karsnicket doesn't want to talk to filthy humans. That's what Gnarl has always been for. Gnarl will do the...
Looks at Fellowship stat, squints eyes.
We gotta make it interesting, okay? I'll be nearby, I'll say that much. Just in
Yes,
case.
relatively nearby. Yes, yes.
Relatively skitterleap. Oh my goodness.
Nothing good about you.
Quiet, woman. Now, we're off to see the andouille sausage.
Roll for offense.
What stat does that fall under?
First, Kyle needs to explain to Sausage what he's doing. Lazy little jackal.
Sausage should know my every whim and desire. God damn it.
Okay, Sausage looks at you and gives you the thumbs up. Like, you can do it, master. You can pass that gas wrinkling that face of yours.
Indeed. I pick up the sausage, I caress his fat little belly, and I say, lead us back to the man I had you go to before. Show? Yeah, I set him down. Look at him. Maybe kick him a little. Maybe.
Okay. You hear the old modem sound from Windows play in the background? Scree.
You can see the fucking old Windows screensaver just go on his eyes.
Yep. You can hear the sound of the fan spinning up to that extra level as he slowly begins computing, seeking back into Sausage's memories. This was several dinners ago. A man I was sent to. An image of grapes appear in Sausage's tiny little mind.
Wrong man. Man you took shiny, pointy thing from.
Extra information. Sausage now turns to Gnarl. He has to start booting up again. So not grapes, right? Well, he was going to lead you to the Ataman's house there for a second.
I figured. I figured it wasn't him. It's like, must go back to Zafur. Many nights this travel will be.
Like, I don't feel like this is the right place. Looks at the Chaos Wasteland.
Yeah, I don't think we should be going this far north, boss.
Actually, it's not. Well, it'd be a little north, but it'd be also more westerly.
Northeast.
Or easterly. Easterly.
Easterly winds. All right. Well, that's certainly narrowed things down a little bit for Sausage. So, having computed the correct angle of approach, he moves off into the sewers and expects you to follow.
And we follow.
I guess Gnarl at bare minimum is going.
We're all going.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, because if things go south, there's only one way Gnarl's getting
Listen.
out of it.
Karsnicket wants to use other characters to do the dirty business, but Karsnicket isn't gonna break the golden rule.
Damn, that's remarkable.
I thought the only golden rule as far as Skaven are concerned is not my hide.
It's more so player rule, not my hide rule. If it was the Skaven's rule, I would just sit around and do nothing.
Well, Sausage has rolled the pathfinding. And we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Wait, there's a wizard in town? Fuck.
Oh, she.
I've heard from my friend Zafur that you are not good people.
Why you keep saying
With surprising deftness, Sausage leads you through the winding little ways of the underworld. At least as much of the underworld as you get access to, hold up here. On a couple of occasions, he sneaks his way through pipes far too small for you, but after a few more minutes of looking back in stunned, shocked silence as to why you're not following him down the 1 centimeter in diameter pipe, he eventually concludes that you are too overweight to follow, and picks another route.
I mean, overweight is one way to consider it, I guess.
Sausage certainly sees it that way. He does manage, however, to bring you relatively swiftly to the sewer grate outside of Anatoly Camille's house. He looks rather proud at himself for this achievement, particularly since Kyle gave him the wrong instructions the first time.
It's okay. We might have gotten.
Gnarl
sausages.
figured that the mention of the pointy thing would help a little bit. Gnarl will
Puffs
give
out his chest and sits
Sausage a thumbs up. Good.
there. Response in kind. All right. If you climb out of the sewer grate, you will appear near Anatoly's house. Now, Sausage got in by, literally crawling up his pooper pipe, so you can't get in there. You'll have to find an alternative entrance.
My
I guess
God.
here we are, in front of Anatoly's house. Or not Anatoly. No, I was right, Anatoly.
Now how do we
Getting
squeak?
characters confused.
Squeak sneak.
Dev in the chimney like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Just climb up.
You
Just
can climb up
the
and,
wall with sticky paws.
Open
and
the
in
door.
the chimney. Down the chimney. Open the
Now,
door.
Dev, Ratata, no kill. If you kill, Neku Snapu.
Remember, no pickaxe. Or fire.
Maybe we should.
Or
come-
murdered things.
Just don't hit anything. Go inside, unlock door. That's it. Nothing.
All right, so
else.
I'm going up the wall, down the chimney, unlocking the door.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Remember that. Remember
Okay,
what you
that'll
said.
No, you're just gonna
Yep.
grab Ratata by the ears, make him look me in the eye, and be like, "No, kill." Understand?
So I just need to cast Sticky Paws then, and
A
up I
little
go.
murder hobo.
Up I go.
All right. Having sent Dev, the habitual assassin with a trail of bodies a mile long, to infiltrate the house of the plot's vital character.
That's not plot vital character. We just need him for our specific angle.
He's important for our specific plan, as we have envisioned currently.
Plan, change if dead.
The rest of the party stands outside in the night, in the cold, in the dank darkness, exposed to all manners of patrols and hostile sightings. Whilst Dev deftly climbs the walls and gets over to the chimney and begins making his way down the chimney. Halfway down the chimney, Dev, you encounter a pair of iron bars blocking the way. There are other thieves that have thought of this particular entrance.
It's not like there's a lock on them, is there?
I imagine
No,
it
there's just
bolted
a-
into the wall.
Yeah, a pair of iron bars just worked into the side of it. They've clearly been there for a very long time, and they've been exposed to a lot of heat and shit in general. They don't look particularly robust.
Well, it's probably not a good idea to break them. I mean, that would cause some alarm. What if... Okay. What if, Kibbs, you tossed Sausage up, okay? And then I'll bring him down to the bars, and then he can go in and unlock the door.
Making a plan reliant on sausage has never been a good idea.
Is he
True,
could sausage even
but we
unlock
can't do
the
anything
door?
here.
He might be too. He might be too little.
Given what he eats, I don't think his weight is going to be
Listen,
a negative.
I
He's
will.
only got
hold
little
on.
fingies.
I do agree with the Ratata because this does give me an opportunity to do something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'll pick up sausage and, like a football player, arc my arm with my, strong, robust wizard arms, as you know, and throw sausage at Ratata.
Okay.
Okay. You pick Sausage up. His eyes are filled with glee, hope, and expectation for the pets that are incoming, the rewards, the words of praise, and general aptitudes that is to be his. He stares into your eyes with giant wet Bambi eyes. A few seconds later, he is arcing through the air, screaming his tiny little lungs out.
His little fat body. Now roll to catch him. Roll to
Wait, roll to throw him.
Oh,
Yeah, looks like your own joke backfired.
actually, I'm agreeing with this.
You got to use ballistic skill.
No, strength.
It would be strength because you're chucking something.
Well, it's gonna take a couple throws. It's gonna take first throw not so good.
I mean, at this
Oops.
point, maybe we should just go with the first plan and just leave a note.
Second one got him though.
Nice. The first throw falls significantly short. The second one picks up a dazed and confused Sausage and hefts him handily up to the roof.
Okay, what do I got to throw to catch him? I rolled-
Agility, I guess.
Yeah,
Agility?
agility makes the most sense.
Damn.
All right. Showing far more aptitude for this sport than Kyle does, Dev very handily catches Sausage. For a second there, Sausage appears relieved, and he looks up at Dev almost as a friend for a moment, before immediately realizing who's caught him and then begins frantically rubbing his body again.
All right, so I'll crawl down the chimney with Sausage.
Don't forget to tell him the plan.
I don't know how you're
I
gonna
assume
answer
Kibbs
this.
did that. Didn't Kibbs tell him the plan?
No.
Because he's not going to listen to me.
He just picked him up and threw him.
Yeah. It's your plan.
He's not going to listen to me, Kibbs.
He listens
Well,
to me
that's
about
what you
as
get.
well.
He listens to me, but
All right.
Also,
I've
look
never
at the
tried to
fan
eat
art.
him.
Okay. I will
Yes.
point. I'll point at Sausage and I'll say, "You, Squeak, unlock door."
Hang on a second. That
Front
fan art
door.
on the stream, we're actually covering the text on it, I think, with
I scrolled down. I could read it.
our thingies.
I think so. Oh no, you're right. Oh, you're maybe a whammon.
The joke.
The joke says, but how did Sausage escape the house if Fat floats? Because he's in the toilet.
By paddling furiously.
As he just bobs back up.
All right. Firstly, Sausage looks up at you and waits for you to finish your sentence about unlocked door.
Yeah, unlocked door. Unlocked door, Squeak. Front
you.
door, Squeak.
I was about to say, which one?
Front door.
You're forgetting. Just treat Sausage as like a tiny little computer that sometimes gets things wrong. You have to be very explicit.
Sausage drops from your palm down into the fireplace. It's about halfway down that he realizes where he is, but he doesn't feel any heat, so he figures it's probably safe.
I would imagine if there was a fire, Dev should have been able to feel it when he was climbing down, if nothing else because of the smoke.
We'll find out.
Let's see. Sausage, go! Ah, there's the critical fail I was waiting for. Alright. The rest of the party stands by, waiting for the door to be unlocked by Dev's helping hands. You hear a loud crashing noise coming from the area of the door.
Aha.
Good. Good. This is good. Everything
What?
going well.
What type of crashing? As in, like, bookcase falling over type crashing or what?
No, a window being shattered.
As in, rat being thrown through window type of shatter?
No, just a shattering sound, like a crashing sound.
How did it shatter?
Oh, no one can see the front door yet.
Okay, guys, go around to see the front door.
It's just
This
your
place.
little heads just peering around
Hey,
like, what?
Maybe we should leave note about time to meet.
Well, you peer around the house and you do indeed see the fat head of Sausage peeking out of a recently shattered piece of a window, looking around. He sees you peeking around and he seems very agitated at this, like, oh yes, there you are. And he starts waving at you.
I don't even know why I agreed. But it was funny, I will say that.
Well,
Sausage.
door open.
Technically not door open, window open.
It's a start.
Close enough.
You can see some light beginning to move in the house after the crash and some stomping footfalls. You hear some shouting from inside. Sausage looks around desperately, waiting for some kind of guidance as to what he's supposed to be doing here.
I suppose out of character, do you guys actually want to go in and try to have the conversation now, or do you want to actually, like, leave a note or something?
Out of character. Karsnicket expects Gnarl to do the dirty work, but Karsnicket will be nearby.
I mean, I don't think we have time to leave a note.
Not
They're
anymore.
already on the move and wondering what the hell's going on. Either we scarf it, or we try and engage with them.
Ouch.
Maybe you can intimidate them into sitting down and listening.
Entirely possible. Just
I
not
mean-
very likely. Just...
No, that's actually very likely. Gnarl is very
Sit
scary.
down!
Gnarl is very scary. His
Yes,
intimidate roll
but
is 84.
do remember that Arch will gauge by degrees of success. So sometimes it's like, okay, that's a hard task. 1 degree isn't good
Yeah,
enough.
no, I get that. I get that.
Meanwhile, whilst you're arguing, the sound of a pistol is heard, a loud pistol crack, and suddenly Karsnicket's head feels much heavier as the familiar weight of a fat rat slumps down against his head.
What?
And the smell of sulfur stings your nose again.
He died.
Yeah, he did.
He died. Bit rude.
There's a significant amount of shouting in the house, which those of you who can understand Kislev interpret as, that was a fucking big rat, what the fuck?
There's some bigger ones.
I think that every single one of us had to wear in Kislev, so I think we all understand that. Well, if Karsnicket said that he wanted Gnarl to take care of this, then I guess Gnarl with his hood and his cloak up, because, you know, he's still a giant rat, will say, apologies about the window. Need to talk to you and accidentally tapped too hard.
Are you talking to yourself?
No, the people in the house.
People in the house? How are you speaking to the people in the house?
With Kislev.
Carl, where are you right now?
I was outside the house.
Yes. They're inside the house.
Okay, then I guess go near the window and then repeat what he just said.
Okay. Right, this will be a weird way to introduce a conversation, but...
Yes, but this isn't how Gnarl would have done it if that was the case, but here we are.
Alright. You hear some more startled noises from inside the house, followed by general confusion. You see a face pop up in the window. It's a large, burly man with a fancy mustache.
Does he look
looking...
like what Anatoly was described to us as?
No, this is not Anatoly.
Okay, so this is like his manservant, I assume, or something like that.
Homosex friend, something like that. He looks very confused about the whole situation, and just who are you? What are you doing here?
I am here to speak to the master of this house, Anatoly.
Wow, that is a terrible roll. And followed swiftly on by Sausage, we have the world's blindest manservant, as he detects absolutely nothing wrong with this weird hunchbacked figure standing outside the shattered panes of the window.
Good, that would be raddest if he did.
He does seem rather puzzled, though. Like, why did you break window? We have doorbell. What kind of savage country do you come from? And you want to speak to the young master. Come again in the morning.
Apologies, but due to certain conditions, nighttime ends up being better for me.
Certain conditions? What are you, some kind of vampire? Huh? Can't come during the day? Huh? Breaking windows.
How much gold would Gnarl have on him? I suppose that's also a question to me.
I mean, you're the party bank, so...
You're right, I am the party bank. I guess... windows can't be too much. How much would the window be?
How much would a window be? Probably something preposterous. I bet if I looked this up in the second edition rulebook, it's like 200 fucking gold pieces or something. He just looks confused, as if you're... Like, he doesn't quite understand, like, you're offering to pay for the window you just broke for some reason.
I mean, like if he offers, like, a gold piece for the window...
As a bribe would probably be accepted better than as like, yes, I broke your window, sorry, here.
I mean, he can interpret this however he wants.
Alright. He just looks at you slightly confused. What do you mean, how much is window? Why did you break the window? Come!
Again, to speak to Anatoly.
Yeah, he raises a quizzical little eyebrow. Let's see, how morally just is this person? Not very. Come to speak to the master in the middle of the night and breaking his window, huh? Well, maybe we could order something, but this is nice glass. You can see it is colored. It's very clearly not colored. It would cost at least 3 gold coins to repair this.
I mean, as far as Naro's concerned, that's nothing.
It's an outrageous amount of money for a window, but
I mean, Naro was told to deal with it, so here we are. 3 gold for a window. Yes. That seems reasonable.
alright, you gonna slide him the gold coins?
As far as Naro is concerned, yes.
Alright. The servant looks happy with this. Then he moves over to the door, and you can hear the lock and the key rattling as he unlocks the door. And he steps out as an Axel surprising. Oh, look, a stranger! Come on in. What are you doing out there in the dark?
I appreciate the hospitality. And he will go into the building.
He guides you to a separate room for guests and tells you to sit down. The master will be down shortly to meet you. Must wake him from bed first. Came at unusual time.
Understandable.
As he leaves, your Skaven hearing picks up the muttered understandable. Shows up in middle of night understandable. Let's see. Incidentally, a window's just a few silver, I figured out.
Oh, no, I figured it was silver. That's why I said 1 gold should be enough. But, like, whatever. 3 gold just to get a conversation with him, considering what happened. Eh.
Meanwhile, outside, the rest of the party is standing by, I presume. Sausage is explaining to Kyle how exactly all of this occurred. He's pantomiming things, and he pantomimes the door, which is obviously far too large for him to open. He pantomimes the fact that he did not have a key, so he made a door. He once again looks up with Bambi eyes, expecting praise, head pats, and probably a grape.
I'll rub his little fat belly, because this time at least he didn't cause... it could have been worse. This is probably an improvement, if nothing else.
Sausage is happy that his skills are finally being recognized. Meanwhile, Dev is still in the chimney. Would you like to remain in the chimney, Dev?
Yeah, you know, I was thinking I could stay here, like, just in case a fight happens in the house. I could easily go down. I could break through the...
If a fight happens
the
inside the
unsturdy.
house...
It's not,
if a fight
that's
happens
not a
inside the
terrible
house,
idea.
I guess we'll figure out how skilled Anatoly is on one-on-one combat.
You
I
know,
mean, we'll be
fair
right
enough. It's just
behind.
that the bars aren't that sturdy. I could probably just break through them. So I'm kind of in a vantage point right now. But I can come down, I guess, if it's not a big deal. I guess that's what I'll do. I'll just sneak back to the party.
Okay. A slightly soot-covered Dev returns to the group outside. Now there's 3 giant rats hunkered down in the shadow of this house.
Arsenic had said handle it by yourself, Naro, so Naro didn't want to invite anyone else. We'll see how smart that ends up being.
Right, you can hear some shouting upstairs, as there's clearly a little bit of confusion as to why the servant decided to unload a firearm inside of the house and then come wake up the master. But after 10 or so minutes, Anatoly comes down dressed in an evening gown, a bathrobe, basically, looking none too pleased with the situation.
Does he notice?
He he comes into the room, like sits down opposite you. The servant closes the door after you. He's rubbing the sleep out of his eyes, and he looks up at you, and you can see his eyes widen noticeably as he peers under the hood.
Normal reaction when people see.
Right. Gnarl will have a moment to react as he sees Anatoly's mouth begin to open in what's... whilst you're not an expert at reading human facial expressions, you would guess fear plus shout would be the natural next steps.
And mouth. Telepathically, of course.
I'm trying to decide if I want to like intimidate this early. Gnarl will just simply say, I advise against that. I guarantee you want to hear what I have to say. And I guess I will start with intimidate.
It's not very intimidating. That sounds more like a diplomatic approach to me, you cheating son of a whore.
It's a very intimidating diplomatic approach.
I mean, it's the implied threat, right?
No, not right. I disavow.
All right, well, it's still a success, but you're gonna have to do something more threatening, like hold a blade to his knife or something.
I will just simply say, please, or no, not that.
No, please.
Unless you want to come to blows, I advise you don't scream.
That's better.
That's a little bit better, yes, but
It's got to be more
trying the diplomatic approach with the frightened man is optimistic.
I mean, he did roll an intimidate. Hands. You just got to be more intimidating. Hands. These are favorite little hands.
Next time you roll intimidate, but it's not intimidating. I'm going to make you roll charm. Do you understand?
Remember that, hands. Remember that.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow. No, not that charm.
It's like, what are they taking so long?
I am kind of annoyed that there's only two options in Warhammer Fantasy. It's charm or intimidate. Like, there's a middle ground
There's
here.
no just general persuasion, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the implied threat or seduction. That's basically it.
Yes. Offer to suck pee-pee or threaten to chop off pee-pee. These are our own...
Yeah, that's why I was trying to word it that way, but yeah, I guess if you want me to use intimidate like that, I'll keep that in mind for the future. More explicit, not implied.
More explicit.
So with that threat... He sits there in stunned silence, apparently.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If he's going to not do that because it worked, then Gnarl will simply say, I came to you because of a matter that will involve both of us, whether we like it or not. I assume you heard about the Empire sending investigators into this area, yes?
Right. Roll a perception roll, Gnarl.
I mean, it is checked, but my int isn't very high. Hot damn.
30. Alright. You notice a hand slipping cautiously towards Anatoly's belt.
I guarantee you, I am faster.
Right. Now then, you're woken up in the middle of the night, your manservant drags you out of bed, you sit down opposite a table, and a giant rat is now talking to you.
Look, Gnarl was trying to be civil here. You cannot argue he's not trying to be civil.
Oh no, I'm not arguing not being civil, I'm just trying to put myself in the mindset of Anatolian. What would be his next action? Alright, so he's tried screaming, that didn't work.
He was told to shut the fuck up or else.
He tried going for his knife, but now the rat is threatening him, and he probably is quicker than him.
I mean, does he have 73 agility? I doubt it.
What's next on the realistic things a human being would do? Seduction, maybe?
He tries to breed. you.
Narlo is not into male males.
Frankly, the only stat Anatoly has that's really good is consume alcohol, so I guess he'll try to drink you under the table in a few moments.
This is where you find out Narlo is like a hardcore. No, I do not drink.
All right, Anatoly. Let's see. Let's see how stable you are. Not very. Okay. He looks at you and he doesn't seem to have heard anything you just said and goes like, "Please, Chaos Demon thing. The valuables are not here. They're in my bedroom. You can have them all. It's fine. I can even go fetch you the key if you'll just let me leave the room real quick."
First, no. Second, no chaos. Definitely not chaos. Killed number of them over lifetime.
He nods heavily and exaggeratedly at this, like, yes, totally not chaos, my dude. I can tell.
All right. So clearly he's just at the point of just keep mouth shut and just agree with anything I say. Okay. I'm glad we're at
Pretty
that
much.
state.
But he does seem to be listening more attentively now.
I guess to ensure you heard what I said. I'm sure you're aware of the Empire sending people to look for stolen things. Yes.
He nods his head.
As it turns out, that is going to, well, if their investigation goes on too long, that ends up being bad for Mimi. And I want to help investigators. Yes. But as you can understand, given the incorrect assumption you came to, there might be some issues if I were to do it personally. Yes.
Due to racism, I cannot approach the police directly. So, please, white man, help.
I mean, yeah, that is one interpretation of what Naro did say, yes.
Okay.
Doing good.
Anatoly still looks like a bit of a question mark here, as the chaos creature is telling him that he's totally here to help him out now. Like, oh yes.
I guess I have to get a bit more local. It turns out that local smugglers, yes, ended up taking said shipment.
Roll for logical deduction.
Is Chaos Thing lying to me?
Logical deduction.
Pretty
How
much.
do they know about it?
Oh, in Anatoly's mind, he is now sitting opposite a Chaos Thing who knows about a smuggler network, who totally stole this incredibly valuable thing, and he's now worried about being discovered.
And we didn't say that. We just said that he wants to help their investigation because if they keep investigating, it's going to annoy him. At least that's what he told him.
He tries to man himself up a little bit and asks, like, how could we help one another in this?
I know where smugglers stashed their goods. Specifically, Empire goods.
Another raised eyebrow. And how do you, Mr. Furry, know these smugglers?
Unfortunate circumstances, I assure you.
You see a little sign pop up above Anatoly's head, reading, thief.
I mean, he can read into that however he wants.
Right, so there is now a threatening, thieving chaos creature in his house that doesn't want to steal from him. Getting more interesting by the moment. He is starting to settle down a little bit more, coming to grips with the situation. And what would you want me to do with this?
What I want is to ensure the Empire finds what they're looking for.
Anatoly raises another eyebrow. I think he's got 3 of them raised at this point in absolute cynicism.
It's like chaos creature comes and says, "I want the Empire to succeed." And he's like, "Wait a minute, that don't add up."
That doesn't make sense at all, actually.
So you want them to find the artifact which is held by smuggler in city, but you would perhaps want Imperial investigation to not delve into how artifacts appeared in city?
Smugglers stole them. Issue is, don't want investigators around. Bad for Mimi. If they find what they want, they leave.
Anatoly comments something under his breath. It was a free and fair election, but no investigation is required. Yep. Very much so.
As it turns out, Empire sends very important people here. Want to ensure people find what they want.
Anatoly still doesn't seem to quite grasp his position in all of this, but he's coming to understand what you want of him. He just doesn't quite understand the pitch here, so he
There's
asks...
the
If
pitch.
you go to investigators and point out, you will be given credit for this, which is good for you, is it not? Do you not want Empire in good position? Given attire, I assumed that you would be, well, in favor of Empire in a position of strength, yes?
He's starting to gather up a little bit more what the idea here is. You can see there's a bit of a pondering look on his face as he's putting 2 and 2 together as to how this would benefit him. But he then arrives at the logical question, and what would you want for your civic-minded act of virtue?
What I want is friend. You scratch my back. I scratch yours. And to prove that these smugglers do actually have things stolen from Empire, I did manage to get one thing from their stash. And then just to make sure, you guys do not mind if I give the flag as proof?
Yes, that's fine. That's kind of
Right
what I've
now.
been telling you.
I just want to make sure that it's like everyone's on the same page.
I mean, we made that arrangement beforehand.
Okay, no, I just want to make
The
absolutely sure.
clarification is appreciated.
Okay, and then I guess Gnarl will then procure from his pack the flag.
Okay, the bundled up piece of cloth is carefully handed over to Anatoly, who looks at it as if it was a particularly poisonous snake just placed in front of him. And he looks at the piece of cloth and to the chaos creature and back at the piece of cloth again. Before very carefully and gingerly reaching out a hand. He seems to expect it to bite him at any second, but nothing happens. So he swiftly drags it closer to his side of the table and begins slowly unfurling it. He gets about halfway to when he's revealed the hammer motif before swiftly clapping it back together again and making a rather loud noise on the table as well, as he's very surprised by this.
As you can see, the Empire was quite serious about the gifts being lost.
At this point, the door opens up to the room, and the manservant comes in with a tray of tea. And he, just here,
Dies.
just as blind as ever. Good.
Excellent. As all is as planned.
He comes over and he puts down the tray and he gives one cup of tea to Null and one to his master, and then another one of those little tea. What the fuck are those called? The tea dishes thing that you have teas on, little porcelain things. Kyle, help.
Oh, the saucers?
Saucer.
God
The
damn
flying
it.
saucers, yes.
But yes, it's
Well,
like
there's
a sausage.
B&Bs and there's saucers. Saucers are the ones that have the little divot for the cup.
A little divot for the cup. The divot is good. With jam on them, and then he puts a little tray of biscuits in the middle of the room. As Anatoly sits there, ramrod straight, he's immediately hidden the flag underneath the table,
Understandable.
looking somewhat uncomfortable. And the servant packs up and leaves the room with a quick little bow. Anatoly sighs heavily and takes a spoonful of jam, puts that in his mouth, and then sips the tea with the jam. A particularly disgusting Russian tradition, I understand. I mean, tea alone is fucking verboten and absolutely horrible, and drunk only by those of limited mental fortitude. But to combine that with jam is just...
Hold on. Tea expert Disco, what do you think?
He's dead.
Tea with jelly.
with jam. How do you feel
Or
about
jelly.
that?
Why would
I
you
just-
put jam in tea?
Even the British people think it's disgusting.
No, no, no,
understand.
not to put it with it. You have some jam and tea. Would you have jam and tea?
I mean, you could have scones with jam on them with tea. That would be quite a usual thing to have.
So the Russians are just forgot your scones. That's all they're missing.
Oh, he did say he came with bread.
You wouldn't just have
Biscuits.
tea.
Oh, so
and
he's having
jam.
jam and. Because the way Arch worded it, he's like he just took a spoonful of jam and put it in his mouth.
Yeah, and then drank the tea.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
weird.
hold on.
That's
Have you
weird.
guys heard about putting lard in tea?
No.
That
I've
sounds
not.
quite cursed.
It's a real thing, for real. Yes.
Just
I
go
can
put
believe
some
that, I'm
milk
just
in
saying.
her tea. Isn't that right, Dinko?
Lard.
Yes.
Sounds like
Lard
something
in
Disco would
tea.
do.
You're making
Sounds
people
like
in
something
chat
Dev
upset
would do.
about the tea.
I do
Literally
not
sounds
do
like
that.
No, it sounds like something Dev would do. Dev would be like,
Dev,
right,
you may not. Do
I've
it.
only got half an hour to eat, guys. How can I get the most amount of calories in the half hour? I know, I'll put lard in my drink.
Oh my god! Like he's like, I want some tacos, so he just like mixes it in with like his jockey milk.
It's funny how Dev went straight through this. Like, Dev is the only person who knew this, and I think we know why.
Hold on. Have none of you guys... No, wait a minute.
The
wait,
battle
wait a fucking-
begins.
Wait a fucking second.
It's too late, Dev. It's too
No, no,
late.
no, 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 no,
You
no,
already
no.
dug the
Have-
hole.
Have none of you guys played Final Fantasy VII?
No.
No.
Are you serious?
I've watched people play it, but I've never personally played it.
I know the story.
That was a
but
big
that's it.
thing. Palmer liked lard in his tea.
That's weird.
It is fucking weird.
Maybe you shouldn't know this.
Dev is a boomer, true, but he is a gamer boomer, so he remembers old gamer things. But boomer.
Hold on, is Final Fantasy VII considered old now?
Yeah,
Yes.
God, yes.
it's before my time.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it's
yeah,
This is
Actually,
when
it's late for the
this is when the
Holocaust.
boomer realizes it's the meme of like the
Oh,
guy
yeah,
who's
he
like
gets
thinks
older.
he's young, and then all of a sudden he's like, my god.
No, it's the World War II meme of the World War II guy before the like thing, and then like he ages to where
It
he
shows
is now.
him aging. Yeah.
He's like,
he ages like instantly, or from Metal Gear Solid 4 where he just ages.
Oh
where
my
Snake
God.
just ages really quickly.
And before we tell him that Metal Gear Solid 4 is a boomer game too, he's like, what? No.
Okay, hold on. No, it's fucking not. That's not. Hold on. I'm looking this up.
Remember that scene?
He's like, no,
Hold
no,
on,
no,
hold on,
my
hold on.
my
Remember-
honor has been
Listen.
besmirched.
Remember that scene
Metal
from?
Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, a 2008 stealth game. Is 2008 that old?
It's starting to get there. So you know that
Um,
meme.
That's in the
let me look at the date.
2000s.
It's
Final Fantasy is from the
2022.
1900s.
1900s.
Yep. Final Fantasy VII is from 1997. That's the 1900s.
I found the GIF. I'm pulling it up. This is this is Dev
What?
as we tell him.
I like how you DM that to me and
I
didn't
d-
put it in the
I didn't
group
put it in the
chat.
server because I was DMing you about the deal, so you didn't
The
forget
flag,
anything.
yes.
But like that's that's Dev. He's just, he's just like age. I don't know why it's funnier. Oh god.
I'm just giggling at someone in chat who says, Dev, he's our man. If he can't eat it, only raccoons can.
Here, I found the
Facts.
other one, Kibbs.
Is
This
that the one
guy.
I? No, this is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of too. But that's what I was telling him. Metal Gear Solid 4 was old, so that he just died old. Here, I'll open that one too for chat. Hold on. Here you go, chat. There's the one. There's the one Hans talking about.
See, this is the problem right here. I just wanted to talk about a disgusting Russian thing, and then Kyle is like, no, we're going to talk about lard in tea now.
And so that was
here's
Dev.
the Metal Gear. Here's the Metal Gear Solid 4 one. It actually happens in Metal Gear Solid. as
Okay, I'll pull it up.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yep. That's oh my god, so tiny. Yep, he just ages. That's pretty quick.
So they're having some weird stuff with their tea.
I guess before this tangent goes on too long, Nara will continue. The Empire is getting ready for a lot of conflict with. Would you actually know the word for or like the province of Sylvania or the county, duchy?
County, duchy.
The geopolitical unit known as Sylvania.
The vampire counts place to the south.
Yes. Or I guess I would say was gearing up for conflict with the vampires and the necromancers down south. And sent this, along with the rest of the shipment, to aid in that conflict.
Aid in this conflict. There's great conflict. Alrighty then. He sits there. He reaches out a hand and grabs one of the little biscuits. They're dry, oaty biscuits. He munches on one. It's one of those loud biscuits. You hear people chewing. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Oh, where you can basically hear it like 2 or 3 tables away if you're sitting at a restaurant. Yeah.
Yes. He looks down at the offerings and looks at you and looks at your face, whole snout thing. Would you have preferred dead cat?
Dead cat.
It matters not.
All
The
right.
thought is appreciated.
He nods to himself. Like, yes, I've been very thoughtful now. All right, he
And
takes
simply
another
put,
disgusting spoonful of fucking jam and tea, and he seems a little bit more comfortable with the situation now because he knows more where he stands now. You're a chaos creature who stole a very important flag and is now trying to frame someone. And he's not opposed to this idea.
And simply put, I have no love for the undead. It's not even a lie.
Racism towards the undead.
Look, racism is justified when he lost the point of movement, okay?
It's true. I still wanted to break his legs properly there, but at one point of movement will have to do. Alright. And the person who could retrieve these artifacts for the Empire would indeed be a hero for allowing the expedition to go on. There has indeed been some recent Empire activity here. A ship with many distinguished individuals arrived and had a conversation with our Ataman, Boris Vialenko. No one quite knows what they were talking about, but I have it on good authority that they achieved certain concessions from the Ataman. Ever since, there has been a few of them walking around the settlement. It has been a refreshing influence, really. But questions might be raised as to how I acquired this proof here, and somehow the tale of a furried creature. Excuse me, what are you precisely?
I'm just pausing because I'm actually thinking, like, would Naro just like flat out say it's like, yeah, I'm Skaven.
I mean, it's a good question. The thing is, we don't, our characters don't really know that Skaven, like, if certain members of the Empire know what Skaven are.
Wouldn't all just be like, I'm basically God?
Basically.
No, remember, the Horned Rat did appear in front of Gnarl. And the party. So he knows it's like, no, I'm definitely not a god. I'm not there.
Not
yet.
good.
I am a voice of God?
The
God
hand of-
adjacent.
No, the Hand of the Horned Rat. He likes that title better.
You are God adjacent.
Just
No, sorry, I'm legitimately considering, like, what would Gnarl actually say to that?
probably you'd just be like rat folk or something like that. I don't know. But the problem,
Concerned citizen.
concerned citizen.
I guess he would more say it does not fully matter.
Does not fully matter.
I mean, his mind, he's gonna be the opposite wheel. He's like, what the hell are these things?
What matters is that I want the Empire to do well, and the undead to suffer.
Okay. He was asking more out of courtesy than anything, so yeah, I mean, he's already more or less accepted the fact that he's dealing with some kind of chaos creature here, but so far so good.
Most reasonable
I mean,
chaos
hopefully
creature
Gnarl's
he's
saying the right-
ever dealt with.
I'm trying to be civil.
Nevertheless, though, a plausible explanation as to how I came across the banner would be appreciated. As walking up to the investigators and announcing I found it because a creature brought it to me would not fly.
I'm gonna ask this out of character because I don't know if the party would actually mind this.
Go ahead.
Would you actually just want me to say that where the smugglers are is actually that little island off the coast, in which case I could just say that one of the chests they had was actually in the harbor.
You can basically say that his excuse could be that he saw the smuggler, like tell them the location of the smuggler's hideout, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm basically trying to
I
bring
know,
up. It's
I
like
know,
just
but let me finish, because tell him the location of the smuggler's hideouts and that he had noticed strange activity, and then give him the times when they're actively loading, because that will check out. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
he
will.
totally did check it out, and he was able to, recover one of those chests, and he found, the item in it, and was like, what, and being a concerned citizen, he obviously hit it. The other thing that you can lead in with that is, mention that we have no, we shouldn't mention that we have an interest in Ludmilla. Don't mention Ludmilla's name.
I wasn't going to mention her really at all. I'm just saying the smugglers.
But we do want a time frame for when he plans to bring this forward, because we need to also make our own act to capture Ludmilla, which might be right
I guess,
away.
Honestly, it might be. If that's the case, then Nara will say, if you want a story, then I can at least tell you the smugglers and where they lair. You know the island off the harbor in the middle of the river, yes?
He nods.
Facing the opposite side of the river is an entrance on that island to where the smugglers have their lair. You can simply say that you noticed strange activities going to and from the island. And from there, you have recovered this.
Yeah, very good.
The tale grows taller by the second.
But it is plausible. Everything checks out.
Well, I
There
do
always is
understand what
strange
Arch is
activity
trying
there.
to say.
All right, let's see. What's Camille's relationship to lying? Not too bad, actually.
I mean, he wants power. We can give him power.
But at what cost?
Don't worry about that.
All right. Anatoly seems to accept this. He's ever since he saw the flag, he's kind of been on board with the general idea here. And so he's nodding his head, and he's starting to speak in character. Like, yes, I did indeed find it there in that smuggler's island. Remind me exactly what does it look like? Is it a cave, a hut, or?
Yes, he's asking for descriptors.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So that
No, I guess Rattata did actually go in and did tell the party, so Nara would know about this.
yes.
It is a cavern system dug into the side of the island itself. There should be a tarp facing south, I guess, technically.
South, probably.
Yeah.
South, north, tomato. Makes a
On
real
the
difference.
south side of the island, hiding the entrance.
All right. He Anatoly seems to get this, and I am very heartened by your faith and belief in the great empire. Of course, I too do indeed wish to see their influence spread to our backwater community. I will set up an appointment with the master of the Inquisitors, the investigators, as soon as possible. I will head to their office next morning to request their leader come back to our fair city.
This is good.
Okay, so request, so he'd mean sends an envoy, to go get them come back.
Yeah, he's going to request that the Inquisitor come back to actually deal with this.
Okay, so that gives us An unknown amount of time window. Okay, continue. I'm just trying to keep
At least
tabs.
a day or two. Yes, and with that, the Empire should have their stolen goods back and continue the crusade against the undead.
All right. Now, you haven't given him any specifics about the warehouse yet, just pointing that out. You've told him about a smuggler organization within the city, unspecified, and you have specified the location of the smuggler's cave.
Oh, I guess that's more on me, because like when I was mentioning
You'll
the
need
cave,
to give him the warehouse too.
Yeah, no, I was just kind of assuming that that would go with it, but yes. These smugglers, they get their goods from the city in the warehouse at the docks, and I guess I'll give him the exact specifics. I don't remember if there was more than one warehouse.
Any information that he's gonna need to know, he should have it. Except for the leader of the organization, Ludmilla, which, again, will have probably, mysteriously escaped in time, so to speak.
All right. Well, with that, the details are hammered out, and you should eat your jam with tea to be a
I guess
good
since we're being
guest.
courteous here, he doubts the manservant considered to poison him given the bribe he gave.
Put the jam in your mouth. Drink the tea. Feel the disgusting, fake textures of jam mingle with the hot water and the.
You see, this is going to be the
tangy
funny
flower
part
stuff.
where arbitrarily Naro is like, this is a good custom. Spread it out to rat kind, I will.
Ah. Gnarl has adopted this. He'll start doing this randomly in Skaven worms now and pushing it on others.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Jam first, then TT. If you do it otherwise, you're wrong.
It's true. All right, you are excused. Your plan is in motion, and it is Dev's bedtime.
Getting close, yes.
Getting close. Was there anything else that we need to do today, or is this gonna be? Do you have anything else planned?
I
Ash?
suppose there's one more thing. Since we do want to be friends with Anatoly, should I want to bring anything else to your attention, what would be a good way of ensuring you know without the looks at the window misunderstanding that happened?
I'm breaking more of his fucking windows.
I'm sure the manservant wouldn't mind 3 gold a pop.
All right. He gets up and he walks over to a small little closet thing hanging on the wall, and he picks out a small iron key, and he gives that to you, and says that this is the key to the servants' under entrance leading into the cellar. Leave a note with instructions to meeting places and time in a box down there, locked preferably, so that the manservants do not get inquisitive.
I understand. Sometimes underlings can be very curious when they shouldn't be.
It's true.
Even more so for Skaven. Gnarl probably completely understands this.
At some point, you'll have to teach him about sausage, and they can use yes, and the little rat Kruk breaks a window. Just take whatever the rat brings.
The rat is the harbinger of our word. If that is all, then I must bid you a good night. I need to ensure that other things also go as planned, and ensure that the Empire gets their goods back.
He nods and bids you good night. I'm sure he'll sleep well, knowing that there are such things
Wait.
crawling around his walls.
Hands, give him his knife back.
Ah, right.
Before you... Don't worry, I've been keeping tabs on everything just to make sure.
And before I forget, I noticed that other things in the dark had something on them that I thought belonged to you. Pulls out his dagger and puts it down on the table and says, I wanted to ensure that you got it back.
Now that's what we call a threat right there.
Oh my god! See, that's perfect timing. Right at the end, too.
The best part is, this is the one time Gnarl did not mean to do it.
Like, we've been in your home previously. We can be in your home again.
He'll get the
I guess since
message.
you said it was should I actually roll or not?
And
No, that's fine.
he'll be our little sock puppet soon.
He whitens visibly, but he thanks you very kind. Oh yes, thank you very much. I did wonder where this had went.
With that, Gnarl will take his leave. Gnarl was very pleased with himself. Clearly, he did far better than Rattata in his job.
Yes,
Oof.
he did far better than Karsnicket.
It's true. He did better than everyone else in the party.
Very well. You have succeeded in part 1 of your mission. Now you need to argue with one another as to what step 2 is.
Step 2 is simple. Go abduct Ludmilla. So we can... That's the bonus objective. Getting a hold of her and any extra loot basically means that we have the foundation to establish our own criminal network. Under our control.
So we have to abduct her and let the rest of her network fall apart under...
No,
Basically-
You misunderstand what that means. She has lots of contacts and people. Her organization is fairly small. Her connections and knowledge into how criminal networks work will act as a basis for our own.
Yeah, basically, she's the person who has the connections to other, under networks in other cities. She controls the one here, but if we're here, well, we can do that.
Yeah, this might as well be our block. She will basically
I get
become
that,
a sock puppet too. That's...
No, I understand. So, I guess what I mean is, when the Empire rolls up and demands justice for having their banner stolen or whatever it is,
Hmm.
we are kidnapping Ludmilla to make sure that she doesn't get fucked with everybody else.
Yes. Because we want to use her if at all possible.
Because the thing,
Alright.
she actually would be a good asset in that regard, because if you remember when he first opened the door, he's like, the fuck are you? So we want to kind of try to avoid situations like that. So we actually
Yeah.
do need humans that we are on reasonable terms with to actually deliver messages for us.
Yes. Remember before when
All right,
Archer
chat.
mentioned about capturing her, or not capturing her, but working through humans. Ludmilla will become our pawn in that game as well. In exchange, Ludmilla will be, given rewards, like living.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and because if you notice, when I was dealing with Anatoly, I didn't really mention all those other things, and the things that I did say, it's Gnarl does believe them. He doesn't like
if
he
you-
doesn't like undead.
You did miss a few
And
of
he-
the sessions, by the way, because when you normally leave, Dev, one of the plans that I had not just me, but we had brainstormed together.
That we workshopped.
Yes, was basically we have our Warren, right? But we also need to control. Anduli is our connection to the.
You keep saying Anduli. It's
Yeah, no,
Anatoly.
it's a sausage. And our sausage, he's our sausage, our government official, so to speak, that we can work through. But I also want a criminal branch we can work through. We'll have 2 prongs to manipulate human society instead of 1. Thusly,
Right.
doubling
I
our
understand that, I
power.
understand that. The last thing that's important is it's time for chat to make fan art of Ludmilla.
He just wants fat material, guys. Just DM.
That's what he's
Dev.
like. That's what he's like. Yeah, I do. What about it?
So I assume it was 100 experience for this round?
It's not over,
Yes.
is it? You're going, aren't you?
Yes, it is.
100 experience.
Oh yeah, I
hold
do
on,
have
Archie
to
said it was
work.
over. Yeah, Archie said it was over.
Is it?
It's Dev's bedtime.
I can go a little bit longer if he had something small to do, but
No, nothing specific.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
besides that, like the next phase of this plan is simple: capture Ludmilla, and steal as
All right.
much equipment and gear as possible, because anything else we don't steal will be ransacked and destroyed, or recovered by the Empire.
Well, okay then. That 100 EXP immediately turned into more agility for me. I'm just going to max out my agility now. I have 5 agility improvements to take from this class.
Good. This means the dev can scout more.
Mm-hmm.
I have 100 XP that I can now use. Although at this point, I do want to like actually look over my new skills and talents and see if there's one that I specifically want to get. Besides silent move, since I just got that.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Goodbye, little
Yep,
Dev.
have a good one.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
He's dead.
All right. That was a productive little session. Once we finally got going, that is.
Did. We made a lot of progress. Gnarl is becoming a good proxy.
Now, Disco will have to eat her jam with tea for the foreseeable future.
That's weird. So we got 100 XP, yeah.
Yes. The real kicker comes from the next session, whether our plan fully works out.
Breathe.
You said you were going to get XP for that. That'd be weird.
I mean, basically having an inside man from one session, we'll not only have an inside man inside the government who's on friendly terms, but we'll also have a little sock puppet for the criminal network, because she will be a direct puppet, and Dooley will be and Dooley the sausage will be a an ally of the RLM movement.
Hmm.
And we can see about stirring tensions between Kislev and the Empire down the road, too.
Mm.
Thank you for sending me that, Arch. Thank you. You say, look at the picture. So, okay. Chad will get to look at the picture, too.
That's weird. Are you sure that's not like honey or something?
It looks like it's not
No.
really jam. It looks like there's some berries in it.
That's jam.
That's weird. I mean, you could have like tea and scones and jam.
No.
That
No,
would be
it's
normal
just
thing
the
to
jam.
do.
But yes, Sausage does get double XP for this session. Sausage receives 200 experience and levels up yet again. Sausage is now a level 52 rat.
Sausage will be executed immediately.
None of this would have been possible if not for Sausage.
Thing is, when you say that about any plan, then you begin to realize that it requires everybody to do their part. That's why it's a team effort, Arch.
It's a sausage effort.
Arch is like... Look at him. Or eat-hearted. Cool.
If only he didn't have such an incompetent master that keeps getting him killed all the time.
I'm not the one who shot him. Or the one who ate him. In fact, I've never killed Sausage once. All I've done is squeeze him violently.
Yes, so you've tried, but you have failed, you mean.
Yeah, because Karsnicket knows that he must use the sausage.
Another fanciful tradition, both of Russians and, I am sad to say, some backward Scandinavians too, is to pour coffee onto saucers and then drink the coffee from the saucer.
There's a suicidal feeling. He's like, yeah.
I even remember my grandfather used to do this. He would actually have the jam on the saucer, and then he would pour coffee on top of the jam, and then he would kind of eat this with a spoon.
But why?
It looked disgusting in every way. Like, it looked awful. And nevertheless, that was it. My father inherited this from my grandfather. My father is currently capable of, and I've seen him do this. He puts gravy, like brown gravy, on top of bread, and then he just eats that.
Like a biscuit or just like a regular slice of bread?
Just a regular slice of bread.
See, gravy and biscuits is great, but gravy and just a regular
Bread.
slice of bread, it needs the biscuit flavor.
No, just bread. Bread and gravy. Bread and gravy. Then he sometimes has chips next to this, like potato chips.
That is a mixture.
It is.
The Norwegians shall be subjugated. True.
Your English has failed you once again.
Subjugated.
Commit seppuku.
Subjugated. Yep.
For today's Super Chats, we start with the real Holzonator saying, Hi Kibbs, hi Arch, hi Disco, hi Hans, hi Dev, hi chat, hope you're all well. Today's my birthday, thank you for the fantastic entertainment. And happy birthday, Holzonator.
Happy birthday.
Yep. Happy birthday.
I hope you receive many expensive things. Chat on 5582 says, Arch, number the RP episodes on your channel, they're all messed up. But so is your grammar. So, no, I refuse.
Oof.
I number the Archcast episodes. I do more than required in that front.
I've
I
gotten
really do.
so many DMs from Arch's subs that complain about you too. You know, because it's like they complain about the fact that he's terrible at numbering his episodes for anything.
Yeah, see, this is why when I do the stuff on your channel that I go back and check that you've numbered the episodes correctly.
Yeah, so
and
because
actually
I'm
fix the numbering if you fuck them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know it really annoys people. It annoys me.
I literally was like, you know what? I love my audience, so I'm gonna pay Disco to organize the numbers because I don't have time to do it. And she went through and organized the entire channel. I compensated her for her
Fix your
time.
goddamn descriptions because you missed the.
Sometimes it happens too. Okay.
Dumbass Kyle. You can't even do descriptions correctly.
Yeah, neither can
fluffy-ass
you.
faggot.
He's like, "Eep." Disco
See,
fixed
the
him,
moral of
and
the
she was
story
compensated for her
is
time.
Disco is awesome.
My audience loves me, and Arches are neglected, starved little rats.
Your 52 halfway subscribers that occasionally watch your backwards ass nonsense is none of my concern.
My
Yeah,
52
Kyle's not
are fat and
occupied by
happy
number.
versus your 30,000
There we go.
starved
In a complete
Dying.
tangent,
rats.
Gnarl is now sneaky in silent move and concealment. I figure it's better to continue with this RP of choosing
Yes.
stats.
This now we can roll twice the number of stealth rolls to give twice the chance of getting into
The
trouble.
funny thing is, Gnarl has innate talent in agility. That's the funny part.
I think I just heard a half-choked growl.
Wow. She runs off. Uh-oh. You having zoomies?
You having zoomies.
Disco,
You having the zoomies?
what kind of crack are you on right now? She's like, I
It's
already
not her, I
quit.
think it's her cats.
He's having a case of the zoomies right now.
Speaking
He's
of,
like, "Vroom."
there's been an explanation as to in Warno why HE hasn't been working and hasn't been doing suppression. Apparently, one of the French little faggots decided to tie suppression to damage. So unless you're doing damage, you're not doing any suppression.
Whoops.
Whoops, indeed.
Ah.
Whoops, indeed. So now we know the French are morons, basically. But I'm still looking forward to the Nay thing, which is going to come out this month with the infantry decks, because I had a lot of fun with Warno. I just I don't want to play cluster just yet.
I think they actually already tweaked that, if I remember right.
I do
Yeah,
remember
but I
them
want to
reading
see
they
them do the
changed it.
full patch before, because right now they've probably done the hot fix, you know?
I mean, we
Yeah,
already
if
got
I
the
remember
patch
right, they-
notes. For the
Yeah,
hotfix,
we looked
which
at
did
it the other
fix it.
day.
Well, you little fucking
We even
fairy.
sent it to you.
My point is, they've probably just done the hot fix now, like this'll fix it for the time being, and they'll do a bigger, proper fixer there, fixer room up for the Nay update, and then we can play some more Warno, because I did enjoy playing Warno. Warno was a pretty cool game. Now, David O'Donovan says YouTube moderators are being editors. Honk honk.
What?
Well, that's nothing new.
Moderators are being editors? They can't even... Like, besides editing your own post, as far as I know, moderation permissions, even on my own channel for my mods, they can't edit anything. I'm confused.
Are you YouTube, Kyle?
Like, moderators for YouTube?
YouTube moderators are being editors, yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, there are no tools for moderators for that kind of stuff. I see what you mean now. The actual aficionados.
Yep. No, we've known this for quite a while now, that the fact checkers and the people handing out the bans, etc., they are de facto editors. Razorfist had, I think, like 3 of his videos disappeared just a few days ago for misinformation. Videos that had, in some cases, been up for months, in other cases for years, and YouTube was like, no.
Yes, honestly, I believe that even if YouTube wants to change their policy as a private corporation, that's whatever. But the big thing that pisses me off is that it should be like a grandfather system. Like, okay, you can't retroactively go back and be like, well, actually.
Can you imagine if they actually just went... It's like, no, there's no grandfather clause in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, that's what they did, though.
No, it is what they did. I'm just saying.
They're applying new policy to videos that were made that were TOS compliant at that time. This is bullshit.
It is very stupid. It'll continue as well.
But you're
There's
forgetting
no
the
stop.
part where they don't have to sift through all those.
It's just an automated process, and that's also why they can't bother doing the grandfather system, because it would probably be too difficult to get the bot to differentiate between old and new videos.
Heaven forbid they just have it look at the day that the video was published.
That'd be too complicated for them. To be fair, their bot is probably already a complete mess of spaghetti code at this point.
Oh, I'm sure they don't even want to touch it. I'm sure they just don't want to touch it.
Probably. It's just a monster that exists somewhere in the background rumbling on.
Or it's like, oh, we could do this, but then someone like who's like messed with it a little bit. It's like, yeah, but you remember when it broke this other thing that didn't, for any real reason, have like just break? It just did because we did that one thing.
I
And everyone's like,
imagine,
yeah.
I imagine a fat Australian. That's what I imagine. I imagine the little geeky tech boys over at Google, like giant glasses, freckles, red hair and shit. And he's sitting in front of his computer like, we could make this. It would make life so much easier for creators. And a fat Australian just walks in, leans heavily on his computer screen, slurping coffee, loudly spilling some on his desk on purpose. Oi, we could do this, but have any idea what could go wrong, mate? Leaning menacingly forward.
Do you want to know who I'm imagining? Kibbs, you remember the fat programmer from Jurassic Park?
No, that guy.
You didn't say the magic word.
That's who I'm imagining just walks in with that stupid lab coat and then says that.
He pushes his glasses up, a little sweaty. You know, snorkeling.
Tries to fast talk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Zenothium15 says, if the party goes to Ostermark, is there any chance they'll run into Abhorash? No, something far worse. Black917 says, Quick and Hail Large, Christ, our fluffy Lord and Saviour. Also, hi Hans, hi Disco. How's Kitty?
You might have been able to hear him a little bit. He's just like, wow.
He was. He was burrowing.
He had a mild little zoomy.
Now he's sitting on the windowsill looking at me. Like, yeah, I'm gonna cause trouble in a minute.
It's because Disco abuses her animals. Like, she keeps them indoor all the time. Like, cats need to be allowed out to kill creatures.
No. Run over by cars and stuff. Plus, they're Bengals. People steal Bengals because they're valuable.
Well, outfit them with little bombs.
It'd be
then.
like if you let your car just wander off with the keys in.
If you let your car just wander off with the keys in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bart has expensive cars. That's what I mean.
Nissan is expensive cars.
To be fair, I leave the keys in my car most of the time because I can't be
but
fucking
we
bothered.
live in the fucking
Forest in the middle of nowhere.
Cats needs to be outside to run around and murder other animals. That's just how it is. Sandra Doom says, Hail Arch and all of your law-telling ways. Give them a whoopstone, please. Be kind so they can squander it and fail for our enjoyment. I give them lots today.
To be fair, we now do have some income per session now.
Yeah. Arch is too kind. Black 917 says, here's the money for whoopstone. $5. That won't buy them much.
Yeah, I think that chat should be able to donate us stuff.
We're not playing with microtransactions here. We're playing with
We
macro
just got,
transactions.
like, you know, an anonymous.
What would a
like,
macro
rat
transition
shows up,
look
like here.
What would that even look like in this type of setting?
I think that would kind of ruin the game, though.
You think too little, Kyle.
For some fucking reason, Hellpit decided to send reinforcements and said you didn't have to pay for it.
I don't know. It's win-win, you know. Bars gets my months, and we get whoopstone. There are no losers.
Sand Doom says, Arch, if you do give them Warpstone, will it be a meteor falling from the sky to strike Kib's character in the head? Only Sausage will strike Kib's character in the head in this session.
True.
I will note, Nara was nice to Sausage.
Not as nice
This person
as me.
is named N-Train, but I like calling him NTR Train instead, because it's kind of cool.
Rename yourself while you have the cheats.
Yes, have Grimgor Ironhide kill the party. We'll try. I'm looking forward to how they would deal with Grimgor in a combat scenario. Not like in regular combat, because he'd kill all of them, but in tabletop. Because Grimgor is like 355 points by himself. Like,
He's kind
a
of bullshit.
beast. He's quite the beast.
So what we need to do is basically trick the Empire into attacking the Greenskins along with the Dwarves.
The battle of the four armies. Where's the fifth one? Burp.
The elves.
Shadow Fox 23 Zeno says, wait, laughing in artillery. Does this mean I'm actually a dwarf this whole time? Yes. Dwarves have the gayest tactic in Warhammer Fantasy, which was just corner camp. The thing is, they then instituted point systems where you could get points by owning board quarters, so I would just place my Skaven slaves in a line in front of them, and it was like, yeah, you can't see any else of my army, because I placed my Skaven slaves in literally one long line. Feel free to shoot them.
I mean, it's a valid tactic.
That tended to make them so angry.
I can imagine.
Brother Doom says, here's money for good time chuckles. Thank you very much, sir. Sand Doom says, Arch, the wolf rat is a clan mortal creation. It can be named Mustard with a conjoined twin malformed head named Barbecue, like a pug head. So long as the main body is mustard, so fine. Like Barbecue. Who names their animal Barbecue? A sadist. That's what who. Like, I'm gonna eat you, little animal. And then just runs
What do
around
you do
fluffy
to
'cause it doesn't understand what's
mustard?
happening.
Archie's like, I just look at it.
I do just look at it, because I don't like mustard.
Barch, we need to culture you. When we finally have a meetup, I'm gonna force so many things into your gullet. He's like, I don't know
Kyle.
where this is going.
Sit down, you filthy fetishist.
For your own good, Blondie.
And finally, Jay Rolo says, I just want to say I've been loving the Lost Technology game. Thank you again, Arch. Also, where is the next Archcast news thing? That will be next week. Kyle had to go to a thing this week, so he was indisposed. So we'll do that again next week, and then we'll have a regular Archcast. Then week after that, I'll see if I can get a guest on again. Somebody cringe. I hear Ralph is doing, well... at the moment.
Who's Ralph?
You don't want to know, Kyle.
Oh no.
But yes. Thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you all again next week. And thank you for the very generous super chats as well. Until then, have a good day.
8, 9, 10.